Alright guys, welcome to my live stream. Alright guys, welcome to my deadline stream. Sorry for starting a bit late, I'm trying to set up a lot of things, but feel free to start asking me questions and I'll start answering you. And in the free time that I get between your questions, I'll try talking about my team. Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? Where are you all from? Where are you joining me from? Do you not have school? Are you watching in school? Owen, you can change your formation just by taking out like a strike and bringing in a defender. That would have you go from like a 3 at the back to a 4 at the back, for example. You don't have to actually change your formation. You can literally just take out a player from one position and bring him in from a different position. How do you... Yaremchuk, a good buy. I think if I wasn't on a limitless, then I think Yaremchuk would be a good buy, especially against an easy team like North Macedonia. But on a limitless, I just want to go for Kane, Lukaku and Mbappe. I think they're too good to pass up on. Yarmolenko over Malinovsky. I think they're almost as good as each other, but for a midfielder, the benefit of a goal threat is far bigger than an assist because you get 2 more points per goal. So I'd rather go for the more likely midfielder to get a goal. Was it a good move to use Limitless? Yeah, I definitely think so. I think this is by far for my team the right time to use the Limitless. Because my team for Matchday 3 is sick. So I have a good team for Matchday 1 and 3. And then we're going to Limitless in Matchday 2. It says De Bruyne is injured on my app. Yeah, it says De Bruyne is injured on my app as well. But I'm gambling that he'll play at least half the game. I could be wrong. So if you're afraid of taking the risk of playing De Bruyne, you can play it safe and go for someone else instead. So for example, instead of De Bruyne, you could go for Wijnaldum, or you could go for Golovin, or you could go for Malinovsky. So if you think that De Bruyne is a risk, which I think so as well, but if you're not willing to take on that risk, then you can go for someone who's more likely to start. So some of you guys might have noticed, I've actually gone live on my new YouTube channel as well. So if you want me to look at your team on Instagram, then I'm more likely to see it if you send me your @ on my YouTube stream. So my YouTube stream is linked, or my YouTube channel is linked on my TikTok page. So there's actually a link that you can click and you can find my YouTube channel. So if you do that, you can send me your @ or your Instagram account on the YouTube stream and I can see your team. Can you sub someone off the bench for someone who's played? Yes, you can. What's the benefit of using a 2-attacker formation? So sorry, I'll move my head quickly so you can see my team. The benefit is that Mbappe plays on the last day. So basically, if anyone blanks, I can bring Mbappe on for them. I'm planning on having all 3 strikers play, but like how in last week, Depay blanked, they ended up with 2 strikers up front because Depay blanked. Why play Yarmolenko? As he may be a hit or miss. Well, I think it's quite simple. Yarmolenko is playing North Macedonia, who are one of the weakest teams in the tournament. They're like the 41st best team in Europe. And looking at the bookies odds, Yarmolenko has a 40% chance of scoring this week, which is higher than any other midfielder in the game. That's like even including all the ridiculously expensive ones, he's still the highest probability to score. Any chance of Grealish starting? I'm not sure. Grealish actually missed a training session a few days ago. And he didn't play a single minute against Croatia. So I wouldn't back Grealish to play. Not sure about what you guys think. Let's see. Worth taking Wijnaldum over Bale. Yeah, that's the one change I'm still considering doing. I'm considering going Wijnaldum over Bale. Because I'll show you guys the stats quickly. So Bale for Wales, for example, in the Euro qualifying, had a goal or an assist every 0.39 goals or assists per 90. In the Nations League, he had 0.63 goals or assists per 90. And in the World Cup qualifiers, he had 1.04 per 90. Now, if you look at Wijnaldum is ridiculous. So, in the... One second, and let me pull up the national team stats for him. In the World Cup qualifiers, Wijnaldum had 0.7 goal contributions per 90. In recent friendlies, he had 0.95 per 90. In the Euros right now, he has 1 per 90 with 0.85 expected goal contributions per 90, which is one of the best out of everyone who's played. Then, for the Euro qualifying, Wijnaldum has 1.6 goal contributions per 90, and in the Nations League he has 0.53 goal contributions per 90. So I'm strongly considering going for Wijnaldum over Bale, and I think maybe you should as well. Pogba. See, let me show you guys. Pogba, even though he was ridiculously good, he wasn't actually involved in that many expected goals or expected assists. So let me show you. So in the game yesterday, despite playing so well, he only had 0.14 expected goal contributions, which is about as much as Mario Fernandes had against Belgium in a game that Russia barely even touched the ball. Foden or Sterling? Personally, I think Sterling is more nailed than Foden, and Foden for England seems to play on the right rather than the left. And Scotland have both Tierney and Robertson at left back, and no one good at right back. So I'd rather have Sterling, who's more likely to play, and if he does play, is likely to play on the left wing against Scotland's weaker right side, than someone like Foden, who isn't completely nailed, and he plays on Scotland's weaker side. So guys, if you want me to look at your team on my Instagram DMs, first of all, DM it to me on Instagram. Then go to my YouTube channel, which is linked on my TikTok profile, and send me your @ in the chat. And tell me that you've also subscribed to my YouTube channel, because I'm trying to get some subscribers on that channel so I can grow my streams and do this every week. How does sub rotation work? So I'll move my head again, sorry. So as you can see, on my bench, I have Mbappe, Alba, and Hernandez, as well as Hugo Lloris. All of them play on the 19th. So if any one of my starters blanks, I can sub him off and bring on one of my bench who play on the last day. And then I'll get 0 points for the guy who blanked, and I'll get whatever points they get on the last day of the game week. Ferran Torres is a good shout. Yeah, I think he's a good shout, but I think having watched Spain's game, I think Dani Olmo is actually a bigger threat. So if I had to go for a Spanish midfielder, I'd probably go for Olmo over him. Why Bale if Turkey have a good defense? Well, Turkey's defense didn't actually look that good against Italy, and in recent games, Turkey have actually regressed defensively. So let me show you their recent results. So they conceded a goal to Azerbaijan, they conceded 3 to Latvia back in March. They kept a clean sheet against Norway when they had a red card, but I don't think that matters much. They conceded 2 to the Netherlands, and they conceded 2 to Hungary. This is all in their games since November 2020. So in their recent games, I think they actually have gotten much worse defensively, which is why I'm considering Bale as an explosive differential option instead of Wijnaldum, but I still haven't finalized which of the two I'm going for. Alright, let me take a look at one of the teams on Instagram that was sent to me. So the first person to say that they subscribed and sent me their team with a @ is someone called H. Brown. So H. Brown, I'm going to try finding your team. Let's see if I can. Accept. Okay, H. Brown, I'm going to check H. Brown's team quickly. H. Brown has Mbappe, Lukaku, Isak, Wijnaldum, Bale, Yarmolenko, Insigne, Mario Fernandes, Spinazzola, Meunier, Donnarumma, Lloris, Lucas Hernandez, Zinchenko, and Ferran Torres. Okay, this looks like a very, very strong team to me. One thing I will say is England, according to the bookies, are favourites to keep a clean sheet. So I would go for an English defender or goalkeeper. So perhaps you could go for Pickford over Donnarumma. And then I would go for Harry Kane over Isak, because I think the most important strategy for this game is to have the best captain on every day of football. So if you look at the fixtures for this match day, on the first day, the best captain is either Insigne or Immobile. So you want to have one of them for the first day. For the second day, the best captains are Lukaku, Yarmolenko, and Depay. So you want one of them for the second day. On the third day, the best captain is by far Harry Kane. You can't argue that someone else is a better captain. So you want to have Harry Kane for the third day to captain. And then for the last day, you have Mbappe as by far the best captain, so you want Mbappe. Again, my YouTube is linked to my TikTok channel. So if you go to press on my name right now and you go to my channel, you'll see my YouTube in a link, and you can go there and send me your @ and I'll try finding it. And tell me that you've subscribed, because I'll only look at your team if you're subscribed to me on YouTube. Okay, let's see. I have a lot of interesting questions. First of all, someone said move my head. Here, I'll move my head. Someone said Sterling gonna play. I think Sterling should play. There's a risk involved. So for me, I think in order to do well on your limitless, you have to take some risks. If you just go for the boring options, you're gonna either keep your rank the same, improve it a bit, or drop a bit. But if you want to either improve massively or take the risk of dropping down a bit, which I can afford to do because I'm ranked 1.9k in the world, I think that would be interesting. But if I'm trying to finish in the top 1,000, I have to take some risks. So for example, De Bruyne, Sterling and Bale are all big risks, and I think that they're probably worth it because they're all very explosive. Stones or Mario Fernandes? Now, Stones and Fernandes are pretty evenly likely to keep a clean sheet, but remember that John Stones doesn't have the attacking threat that Mario Fernandes has, so I'd rather go for Mario Fernandes because you have two different avenues to get points from. Would Eden Hazard start? I think Eden Hazard is a 50-50 to start, and he's almost 100% likely to only play about half the game. So 45 to 60 minutes is how many minutes I'd give him roughly. So if you think that's enough for him to get returns, I would go for Eden Hazard. Me personally, I think he looked not very fit in the game that he came on against Russia, so I'm not sure I'd go for him. Berardi today? Yeah, Berardi is a good option. I'm not sure I want to double up on Italy's attack against Switzerland. They look decent defensively against Wales, and I don't know if I want to go for two of them. Why the Russian guy? According to the bookies, let me pull them up quickly. Let me tell you the odds for clean sheets. Russia 52%, Italy 52%, Ukraine 50%, Belgium 42%, Netherlands 45%, England 60%, France 54%, Spain 54%. So Mario Fernandes, the Russian guy, he has a 52% chance of keeping a clean sheet, and he plays right wing back, so he bombs forward for Russia, and he has a roughly 0.3 goal contributions per 90 for the national team. How many points do you get match day 1? I got 85 points, I think. Let me check. I think 85, and I'm ranked... Yeah, I got 85, and I'm ranked 1,900 in the world, roughly. Yeah, 1,935 in the world. Is Insigne your captain? Yeah, Insigne is my captain for the first match day, then Lukaku, then Kane, then Mbappe. Worth taking Mario Fernandes over Zinchenko. Yeah, the way I see it, even though Zinchenko plays in midfield, he doesn't play an attacking role for Ukraine. So in his last game against... Who was his last game against? Yeah, in his last game against Netherlands, he didn't have his XGI, so his expected goals plus his expected assists, was 0. So Zinchenko's not as attacking as we think he is. Whereas Mario Fernandes against Belgium in a very hard game had 0.13 expected goal contributions. So personally, I think Mario Fernandes is a better option. But I'd consider Zinchenko over either Jordi Alba or Meunier. So I'm not ruling out Zinchenko. I think other than my defenders, he's the best defender. But I think Mario Fernandes is better than him. Thoughts on Bruno Fernandes? Bruno Fernandes was actually in my first draft, but then I saw Germany play against France, and they were very, very good. So very, very good defensively. They played a similar 5 at the back setup to Chelsea's one that won them the Champions League. So I'm not sure I'd back a player to do well against Germany when they're an attacker. Is Berardi okay for today? Yeah, Berardi's a good option for today. I just think Insigne is slightly better. Why does he have Mbappe on the bench? Because Mbappe plays last, and the way this game mode works is if you're one of your players blanks who plays in a day before another player, then you can actually sub on the player who plays after him. So I can sub on Mbappe if someone like Kane blanks and captain Mbappe for the last day. So that's why he's on my bench. Is KDB back? KDB trained on Monday with the national team. He posted it on his Twitter as well. So I think, considering he only injured his cheek rather than having like a leg injury or something that takes a long time to recover from, I imagine he could play on Thursday. It's a huge, huge risk. So if you don't want to take that risk, you could go for Wijnaldum or Malinowski or Golovin instead of De Bruyne. But personally, for me, I think he might be worth that risk against Denmark. I haven't chosen anyone from Denmark. Someone asked why I didn't choose anyone from Denmark. I haven't chosen anyone for a simple reason. They're playing Belgium. I don't back Denmark to do well either offensively or defensively against Belgium. Do you think you have to have both Kane and Lukaku? If I didn't have one of Kane and Lukaku, it would only be to bring in someone like Immobile, who I think I can captain on another day, or Depay. So if you think Depay is a better captain than Lukaku on the day that Lukaku plays, I'd say you could go for Depay. So I wouldn't say Lukaku is a must-have, but I think he's the third best striker this week. What are other options for KDB? I answered that, I think, just out of my own doing, not that anyone asked me. Wijnaldum or Perisic? Who's Perisic playing? Czech Republic, right? I think so. I would go for Wijnaldum over Perisic, personally. Limitless or wildcard? I would go limitless. I think, let me know what you think, but I think the wildcard is best saved for the quarterfinal, because you only have 3 transfers between the round of 16 and the quarterfinal. So if you have players in the round of 16 and half of them get knocked out, then you're in a terrible situation for the quarterfinal. My challenge, or my goal, is to have 15 players who play on every round of the knockout stages, because I think that would be a massive advantage over people who wildcard in the group stage. So I would save your wildcard for the quarterfinal and use your limitless either in Matchday 2 or in Matchday 3, depending on your team structure. So for example, if you have lots of England and France players already in your team now, then you don't need to use your limitless this week. But if your team is very Netherlands, what other teams are there who have tough games? Austria, Denmark. If it's very focused on those teams from Matchday 1, then I would limitless this week. What about Grealish or Foden over Sterling? Look, if I knew that Grealish or Foden was starting over Sterling, I'd definitely go for one of them instead. But I think that Sterling, other than Kane, is the most likely English attacker to start. Of course, Mount is as well, but Mount isn't a great fantasy option. Let's go down. Meunier or Zinchenko? Meunier and Zinchenko I think the difference between them is that Meunier has more of an attacking threat, but Zinchenko is more likely to keep a clean sheet. So depending on what you prioritize, you can choose one of them. But I don't think either one is a bad option. Like, I would even go for both of them if you can. But personally, I went for Meunier instead. Zinchenko takes pens. I don't think Zinchenko takes penalties for Ukraine. I'm pretty sure that Malinowski is on penalties, but it's not clear. By the way, guys, thank you so much for 900 people in my stream. That is insane. I'm so happy. A reminder, if you want me to look at your team and review it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is linked on my TikTok profile, and send me your Instagram team on the YouTube chat on my live stream. So here, for example, I have someone who subscribed, and his name is Lidi. So if you tell me that you subscribed and that and send me your @ on Instagram, then I'll take a look at your team. So if you want me to review your team and give you specific advice, send me that. Let's see. Lydia, I can't find your message on Instagram, unfortunately, mate. Let me see who else I can find. Okay, Riley Jono. He subscribed and sent me his team. So, for example, if you do that, I'll take a look at your team. So, Riley Jono has Mbappe, Lukaku, Immobile, De Bruyne, Wijnaldum, Bale, Yarmolenko, Mario Fernandes, the defender, Spinazzola, Dumfries, Donnarumma, Lloris, Meunier, Sofal, and Pogba. Now, Sofal is an interesting choice. I'm not sure I'd go for Sofal against Croatia. I don't see the Czech Republic keeping a clean sheet against them, I'm not going to lie. That's the one thing I would change. I'd go for either... Let's see, who could you go for? I think I'd go for Lucas Hernandez over him, because I think France are one of the favourites to keep a clean sheet, and Lucas Hernandez bombs forward for France, so I'd go for him over Sofal. Other than that, I love your team. I think all of it is good. I wouldn't change anything. Is Yilmaz a good shout? Yilmaz against Wales. I would say that if you're not on a limit list, then I would say he's a good shout. Otherwise, I wouldn't go for him, because I think the 3 strikers I have in my team right now are better options than Yilmaz. Bale or Wijnaldum. I'm trying to decide that myself. So for those of you asking if this is my final team, no, it's not. I'm still trying to decide between Bale and Wijnaldum. Gino Perisic, Wijnaldum for sure. Move your head. Here you go. Is Isak worth a shout? Yeah, Isak is a decent option, but again, I think if you're on a limitless, then I'd rather have the 3 strikers that I have, because they're all the best captains on the days that they play. Gnabry against Portugal, I wouldn't go for him. Even though he's expensive and he plays quite attacking for Germany, I just wouldn't go for him. Is it Yarmolenko a lock for the team? Yeah, he's like I said earlier, the bookies have Yarmolenko as the most likely midfielder in this game to get a goal. So I would go for Yarmolenko for sure. Who would you put in as another option for Sterling? So if any of you don't like any of my players, like any of my midfielders, the 3 midfielders who I think are like second best to them are Wijnaldum, Malinowski, and Golovin. So if you want to get rid of any of either De Bruyne, Sterling, or Bale, which I don't love them either, then you could go for those 3 midfielders, one of them. Thoughts on Forsberg? I don't know if I see Sweden scoring that many goals, so I'm not sure I'd go for Forsberg, but other than Isak, he's the second best player in their attack for fantasy. Will you show us the final team before the end of the stream? Yes, I will. Why Fernandez from Russia? I said earlier, Russia have a 52% chance of keeping a clean sheet. That's equal to Italy, roughly the same as France and Spain, because they play Finland, who only had 1 shot against Denmark, and somehow scored that 1 shot. So I think that Fernandez, who plays right wing back for Russia, bombs forward, has 0.3 goal contributions per 90 for Russia. I think he's a great option that is quite slept on actually. So I want to have some players who are different to what everyone has. If I want to go up from what my current rank of 1.9k to the top 1k, I need to go for some different options like De Bruyne, like Bale. De Bruyne or Hazard? Hazard, I think, is the kind of the more likely to play the most minutes, because we know that he played last week. He played roughly 30 minutes. And he's probably going to play around 40 or 50 minutes this week. But I think that Hazard didn't look fully match fit, and if De Bruyne plays, he's a better option. So if you want to risk it and say that maybe De Bruyne, because he only had a cheek injury, not a leg injury, could be match fit by Thursday, you could go for him. Otherwise, I wouldn't go for him. People asking my thoughts on Pogba. Pogba played brilliantly, but he only had 0.16 goal contributions, expected goal contributions, or 0.13. So I wouldn't go for him, even though he played so well. FPL graduates, go live together in a bit, mate. Sure, yeah, I'm down. Thank you for reaching out. Yeah, if, FPL graduates, if you want to go live together, let's say around 1 to 1:30, and then I'll go back to my stream to talk about my final team and look at your final questions. Alright, let me take a look at another team on that someone sent me on YouTube. So again, guys, if you want me to take a look at your team, check out my YouTube channel. I'm live on there. You can go to my live stream, subscribe, and then tell me what your Instagram name is and send me a DM with your team, and I'll take a look at it. So for example, we have someone called Nathan Travis, who's DM'd me on Instagram and subscribed to my channel. So I'll take a look at his team. One second, guys. Let's find Nathan Travis. Okay, Nathan Travis, found your team. Okay, so Nathan Travis has Mbappe, Kane, Lukaku, Bruno Fernandes, Bale, Yarmolenko, Insigne, Lucas Hernandez, Spinazzola, Meunier, Hugo Lloris, Jordan Pickford, Jordi Alba, Raheem Sterling, Dumfries. That's a brilliant team. It's very similar, I think, to the draft that I posted on my TikTok. I decided personally to go for Bruno as a risk over for De Bruyne as a risk over Bruno, because honestly, I think 45 minutes of De Bruyne against Denmark could be as good, if not better, than 90 minutes of Bruno against Germany. Other than that, I think Mario Fernandes is a slightly better option than Dumfries, but you don't have to change anything. Like, your team looks perfect to me. What's your YouTube? It's linked to my TikTok. So if you go to my TikTok profile, I literally have a link to my YouTube channel. De Bruyne and Calvin Phillips, or Yarmolenko and Malinovsky? Yarmolenko and Malinovsky by far. Do we defo play Limitless this week? If you don't have players from England and France, and you have a lot of players from Austria, Denmark, and let's say Italy, not Italy, but Netherlands, for example, then I would go for Limitless this week. Meunier or Shaw? I'd go for Meunier because he's nailed. Shaw is definitely far from nailed. What do you think about Zinchenko this match day? Other than my defenders, which I'll show you right now, I think the best two defenders other than these two are Zinchenko and Dumfries. And I could make the case for any of you that Zinchenko and Dumfries are as good, if not better, than my current defenders. So I wouldn't tell you to not take one of them over my defenders. Malinovsky or Golovin? Personally, I would go for Malinovsky because he proved himself more than Golovin did in the first game. So I would say Malinovsky. But if you already have Yarmolenko and you want to spread out the risk, then maybe going for Golovin instead of him is a good idea. Is it a good idea to play wildcard or save it? Unless your team is in absolute shambles, I would save your wildcard for the quarterfinal. Best midfielders this match day. Well, obviously I'm going to say the 5 that I have, but I also think Wijnaldum, Golovin and Malinovsky are great midfielders. Also, Bruno isn't a bad option, but I just think against Germany, he's not as good as I thought he would be, because Germany impressed me actually with how good they were in defense. Is Pogba and Hazard good? I think Hazard is a better option than Pogba, but Hazard wasn't fully match fit when he played, so I'm not sure I'd back him. 1 second. Someone said, "Bro, read the rules. You get so many extra transfers for the knockout stages." So yeah, I wouldn't want you to get confused. I'm not saying that you don't get unlimited transfers between the last game in the group stage and the first game, the round of 16. You get unlimited transfers, but then between the round of 16 and the quarterfinals, you can read the rules. You only get 3 free transfers. So if 5 or 6 of your players get knocked out, it could even be worse. It could be 8 of your players who get knocked out. Then you're in a terrible situation where you have to either take massive hits or you'd have to line up with 8 or 11 players instead of 15. So I want to have 15 players in the quarterfinal who I know are there, which will then help me in the semi-final and the final when you have 4 and 5 free transfers. So essentially, if you use your wildcard in the quarterfinal, that solves your problem of not having players who play. Ferran Torres this match day, I prefer Dani Olmo over Torres for Spain, just from watching them play. What will you do if De Bruyne doesn't play? See, if De Bruyne doesn't play, I'll sub someone else on for him. I have a great bench, and that's why I'm more willing to take the risk with De Bruyne. Thoughts on Foden? I think Foden isn't fully nailed because I'm not sure how well he fit in with England's system against Croatia. So that's my one issue with him. My second issue is when he does play for England, he plays right wing, which is Scotland's best area on the pitch because they have the double up of Robertson and Tierney there. So that actually would leave a lot of defensive duty for Foden or whoever plays right wing, which is another reason why I'm not sure I'd go for him. Bale or Gini? I'm leaning towards Ronaldo, I'm not going to lie. One reason for that is because right now I have no players from Netherlands, and I want to have at least some cover for Netherlands because I think they could do decently well against Austria, even though Austria are quite good defensively, but I think that still I can see the Netherlands scoring 1 or 2 goals against them. Sterling or Malinovsky? If you have Yarmolenko, I'd go for Sterling over him. Jota, not against Germany, I wouldn't go for Jota. Berardi instead of De Bruyne, yeah, good shout. Who would be your top captain picks this week? I think the top captains by day, right? You have to look at them by day. Let me show you 1 second. So on the first day, which is the 16th of June, I think the top 2 captains are by far Immobile and Insigne, who, by the way, they're roughly the same in my opinion with regards to how good they are. Second day, 17th of June, I think the best captains, Yarmolenko, Lukaku and Depay. But I think the best of those three is Lukaku. On Friday, the 18th of June, I think the best captain is Harry Kane, and I don't think anyone even comes close to him. On the last day, I think the best captain is Mbappe, with Griezmann and Benzema coming quite close, but still I think Mbappe is clear of them. He's France's best player by far. So if I had to go for a French player, I'd go for Mbappe. Someone said, sorry if you already said this, but why Mario Fernandes? I think it's I have quite a simple explanation for Fernandes. Russia have a 52% chance of keeping a clean sheet, which is right up there with all the big teams. He's a differential, almost no one has him, and he plays right wing back, so he bombs forward. Yeah, I know Kane was poor against Croatia. His positioning didn't seem to work with the system, but first of all, I think that he'll adjust that. He's a world-class striker. He understands positioning. He'll look back at the game and see what he did wrong. Second, I think Scotland are a far, far worse team than Croatia. Why Pickford? England are the bookies' favourites for a clean sheet. That's my only reason for Pickford. I know he's not a great keeper, but I can cover the England clean sheet using him. Bro, I'm just saying Meunier is pretty bad in real life. He just got a lucky game last game. I understand if you don't believe in him. I haven't seen him play too much, but regardless of luck, based purely on his positioning, let me tell you his stats last game. Last game, he had 1.13 expected goal contributions per 90, which is ridiculous. Sorry, 2.81 expected goal contributions per 90, is that right? Yeah. That's actually insane. Like, I don't think you understand how good that is. So, based on that, it doesn't seem like luck, it just seems like his positioning and the way the Belgian system works gives him plenty of space to run into and lots of creative and goal-scoring potential. Shall I captain Donnarumma? If you don't have any outfield Italy players, any attackers like Insigne, Immobile or Berardi, then you can captain Donnarumma, but I would recommend having either Insigne or Immobile for the first day. Insigne captain, yes. Bro, answer our questions. Look, I'm trying. There's 700 of you in the stream. I can't answer everyone's questions. Now, let me take a look at the YouTube people who are sending me their teams, because there are lots of you and I feel bad for not getting back to all of you, because I know how much you're trying to get me to see your teams. It's just very hard because there are so many questions, so I apologize to everyone whose teams I'm missing. I really don't mean to. So we have Dylan Wright. I just subbed and sent my team. Dylan Wright. Let me try finding you, mate. DY. 1 second. dy.lan4561. Sorry, mate, I can't find your message. I'll try finding someone else's. Quickly. I subbed at HAA. Okay, let's see. I have Aaron Childs. I see your team. You say you subbed. Okay, let me take a look. Oh, hey, sorry. Here, I found Dylan. I found your team. Finally, let's go. Harry Kane, Lukaku, Bruno Fernandes, Torres, Carrasco, Insigne, Berardi, Spinazzola, Pau Torres, Wijndal, Herdecki, Bachmann, Denayer, Kjaer, and Gregorich, I think. So I would go for a limitless, for sure. And I would use a similar team to mine. Some things you could change to be different and to maybe improve it is to go for Malinovsky or Golovin for De Bruyne, Wijnaldum for Bale, and someone like Zinchenko for either Meunier or Alba. That's what I would do. Next, let me see Aaron Childs. I hope you're still in my stream. You have Mbappe, Kane, Lukaku, Çalhanoğlu, Yarmolenko, Insigne, Spinazzola, Meunier, Zinchenko, Dumfries, Donnarumma, Courtois, Pogba, Varane, Wijnaldum. So, Aaron, I would take out Pogba, bring in a different midfielder like Sterling, for example, and then I would go for a French defender because I think backing France... Oh, no, you have a French defender. Never mind. Yeah, I'd go for a French goalkeeper to double up on the French defense because I think that's actually a great bet to make. And I think Pogba isn't that likely to get an attacking return, even though he's playing so well. Liam, move for a second, sure. Perisic or Golovin? Golovin, for sure. I'd go for Golovin. Keep Wijnaldum. Yeah, I would keep Wijnaldum if you have him. I'm leaning towards taking Wijnaldum over Bale, if that helps you guys. Bale or Jota? Bale. Why Bale? Because Bale plays Turkey, who were very disappointing in defence, and he's the main man for Wales. So if Wales get an attacking return, it's either from a Bale cross or a Bale shot. That's pretty simple. That's why I'd go for Bale. But I think that Wijnaldum, in recent games for the national team, he's got more of a chance to get an attacking return than Bale. So I'm going to go for him instead. For Wijnaldum, I think. I'm leaning towards that. How many points did you get last week, so in Matchday 1? I got 85 points, finished 1.9k. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Bale instead of... For Wijnaldum instead of Bale. But I'm still considering taking out De Bruyne as well, because I don't know if I've talked myself into something ridiculous by convincing myself that De Bruyne might play. Why Golovin? Golovin plays behind Zuba. He's the main creative outlet for Russia, and they have a very, very easy game against Finland. That's why I would say Golovin is a good option. Mbappe or Kane? Both. Go for both. They're the two best players this week, in my opinion. Alba or Meunier? I would go for Alba over the two, between the two. If not KDB, if I don't get KDB, I might go for either Golovin or Bale, basically, because I'm going to change Bale for Wijnaldum. Let me transfer him out. Go for Wijnaldum. Where do I send you my team? You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is linked to my TikTok profile, and send me your team on my Instagram DMs. My Instagram is also linked to my TikTok. Golovin or Bale, what's the stats? Let me show you guys the comparison between the two. So Golovin has 0.34 goal contributions per 90 for the national team. But in the Euro qualifying games, he had 0.95 goal contributions per 90, which is 2 goals and 4 assists, which is ridiculously good. But in the World Cup qualifiers, which were the most recent games, he had none in 3 games. And almost 3 full games, actually. Bale has 0.6 goal contributions per 90 for the Wales national team. So I think on paper he's the better option. But Wales were quite awful offensively last week. But if you look at the World Cup qualifiers, the most recent games, he got 2 assists in 2 games for Wales. So Bale is very, very enticing as an option this week instead of Golovin. Now, looking at the bookies odds, Bale has a 33% chance of getting a goal at any time this week. Golovin has a 25%, but Golovin is far more creative than Bale, so I think they're roughly even, because those two balance out. Foden would be a great option if he wasn't nailed. If he was nailed, sorry, but I'm not sure that he's nailed, and he plays on the right side, which is Scotland's better side, because Scotland have both Tierney and Robertson playing left back. Wijnaldum or Insigne or Yarmolenko. I have to pick one. I think Insigne and Yarmolenko are like the must-haves in midfield, so I'd go for both of them, but if you have to pick one, I think I'd go for Insigne just because you can captain him on the first day, unless you have Immobile. If you have Immobile, Yarmolenko. Malinovsky or Golovin? I think I'd go Malinovsky still, because Malinovsky takes penalties for the national team. Let me check some more Instagrams quickly to see your teams, because again, I'm trying to get to everyone, but as you can see, there's a lot of requests, which I'm very, very happy about. I love the fact that we have 700 people in the stream, but that just means that some of you I might not be able to get to your questions, which I don't mean to do. It's just very, very hard. TomLewis.4. I'm not sure if you're subscribed. I'm going to assume that you are. Yeah, you are. I found you in the YouTube. So Tom Lewis has Mbappe, Lukaku. One second, let me open it bigger. Mbappe, Lukaku, Sterling, Wijnaldum, Yarmolenko, Insigne, Spinazzola, Meunier, Zinchenko, Dumfries, Olsen, which is Sweden's goalkeeper, Lloris against Hungary, Alba, Ferran Torres, and Antoine Griezmann. I think you have a great, great team. I would say if you're going to go for a Spanish midfielder, maybe go for Olmo instead of Ferran Torres. From the Spanish game against Sweden, I thought that Olmo was a better attacking option than Ferran Torres. He looked more likely to both score and get an assist. Other than that, I think your team is great. I love that you don't have De Bruyne, which I do, which I think might be a mistake that I'm making. But it's a big gamble that could pay off. If I haven't seen any Pavard injury news, but I think in general Hernandez is a better option than him. So yeah, Tom Lewis, your team is good. You could also maybe go for Lloris instead of Olsen. That could be another option for you. How haven't you got Ronaldo? He's playing Germany. Germany had a great defensive lineup against France, so I'm not sure I'd go for a Portuguese attacker this week. Why Yarmolenko? He's the bookie's favourite for an anytime scorer out of all the midfielders in the game. I looked them all up. You can see in one of my recent videos. I'm not going to read them all out to you, but I literally looked at all the midfielders who you might consider. He's the most likely to get a goal at any time. That's why Yarmolenko. Show whole team, bro. How do I send you my team? You can send me your team by going to my Instagram and DMing it to me, and then going to my YouTube channel, which is linked to my TikTok, and then you can send me your @ and tell me that you've subscribed to me. Why did he switch to 3-5-2? Because my players on my bench play after my starters. Let me pull up another Instagram team quickly, guys. 1 second. Camden Todd. Let me take a look at your team quickly. So Camden has Lukaku, De Bruyne, Yarmolenko, Insigne, Berardi, Fernandes, Spinazzola, Meunier, Zinchenko, Dumfries, Pickford, Lloris, Mbappe, Benzema, Ferran Torres. I think this is a great team. The one thing I will say is maybe go for Kane over Benzema, because you want Harry Kane as your captain. Other than that, I think it's a perfect team. What will you do if KDB is still injured? I'll sub him out. I'll take the L. But I think in case he actually is fit, which I think he might be considering he trained yesterday, 2 days ago, which means he probably trained yesterday and today, he could be a great option. I have KDB. Shall I switch him for Gini or Golovin? I'm not sure, really. I don't know. I think it depends on how safe you want to play it. If you want to take a risk, you can keep him. If you want to play it safe, go for Wijnaldum, for sure. Why would they risk him, though? Because if you look at Belgium's group, Belgium's hardest game, arguably, is Denmark. They know that they're going to beat Finland. They knew that they were going to beat Russia. But to get the win against Denmark is very important for them in case they want to win their group. Captain Yarmolenko, yes or no? If you want a differential captain on the day that Yarmolenko plays, sure. But he plays on the same day as Lukaku and Depay. So I think I'd rather have Lukaku. Yo, Liam, what do you think about the Finland keeper? Look, I had Hradetsky in my team. But against Russia, I don't think I'd go for him, mate. Do you think Meunier is going to play? Yeah, for sure. From what I read yesterday, Castan is out for 6 weeks. And they don't have a different right wing back. So I think Meunier is definitely going to play. What do you think about Jordi Alba? He's in my team. He was brilliant going forward for Spain when I watched him. And I think he's one of their best attacking options. And Spain are one of the bookies' favourites to keep a clean sheet. Malinovsky or Bale? Tough one, mate. Tough one. I think Malinovsky. Easier game. And he takes penalties. And he has more assist potential. Accept Instagram friend requests. I'll accept your requests after the stream. If I spent the whole stream accepting friend requests, it would take a long, long time. Let me take a look at another team on my Instagram DMs quickly to help you guys. Let's see. Let's see. Jake Roberts 16. Can't find that. Let me try looking at someone else quickly. Michael Lynch. I'm going to try finding Michael Lynch. Oh, here, I found your teammate. There we go. So Michael Lynch has Kane, Lukaku, Raheem Sterling, Paul Pogba, Wijnaldum, Yarmolenko, Insigne, Spinazzola, Munier, Zinchenko, Donnarumma, Olsen, Mbappe, Pavard, Dumfries. First thing I'll say is I would rather have Hernandez than Pavard, because Hernandez is more of an attacking threat, and apparently Pavard is flagged for an injury. So I'd rather have Hernandez. Next, I would say that I'm not sure that you want to have Pogba in midfield because he doesn't have that much of an attacking threat. So maybe you're better off going for either Bale or Golovin or Malinovsky instead. And then your attack is perfect. Kane, Lukaku and Mbappe, that's perfect. Sterling and Insigne, Yarmolenko, all good. Just Pogba, I would consider switching him. And I'd consider switching Olsen to Hugo Lloris maybe. Or Pickford, because England defence is very good this week. Yeah, Malinovsky and Golovin. Sorry, Malinovsky and Yarmolenko is a risk. A very reliable journalist has just tweeted that De Bruyne is likely to be on the bench. Who is the reliable journalist? Send me his @ on Twitter. Let me see if that's true. I'll check quickly. Okay. Oh yeah. I see that now. Both expected on the bench at the moment. Okay, let's get rid of De Bruyne then. Get rid of De Bruyne. I'll get rid of De Bruyne as well. What do you guys think? Get rid of him, right? If the reliable journalist is saying that he's not starting, let's take him out. No, it's not my final team. I'm going to bring in someone for De Bruyne. I'm trying to decide whether that someone should be Malinovsky or Golovin. Or Bale. I might go Bale. Right now I'm leaning towards Bale and Malinovsky. I need an England midfielder. Yeah, I saw Russia lineup. They have a... What's his name? Yaremchuk starting, I think, or something like that, right? Let me see quickly. Miranchuk starting, yeah. Will you use the wildcard on KDB? Would you mean like when I use the wildcard, will I bring him in? Yeah, Hazard and KDB expected to be on the bench, everyone, so don't have Hazard or KDB in your team. Genius Austria trash. Yeah, I'm taking Wijnaldum. 1 second. Do you guys know if I leave the stream now, would it stop it or would it pause it? Because I don't want you all to leave the stream suddenly, but I want to update my background with my new team. Do you guys know how that works? Send me in the comments what will happen if I leave the stream quickly. It pauses? Okay. So I'll come back. I'll take a screenshot quickly. Okay. Do you guys hear me again? Is everything good? Everyone back? Back. Good, good, good. Okay. Do you see the new team? I got Wijnaldum Wijnaldum in, and then Bale in for De Bruyne, basically. So Wijnaldum in for De Bruyne is my change. Yeah. Wijnaldum for De Bruyne. I'm still considering doing Bale to either Malinovsky or Golovin, but I'm not sure. Now, wait, let me explain something else to you guys. Even though I think that either Ferran Torres or Dani Olmo are a better option than Wijnaldum and Bale, because they play on the final day, on the 19th, I think it is, then I won't be able to sub them out if they blank for one of my bench if I get Ferran Torres or Dani Olmo. But if I get Wijnaldum or Bale, I can sub them out if they blank and bring on my bench. So that's why I wouldn't go for a Spanish midfielder. Otherwise, I would go for a Spanish midfielder. Alright, let me check another Instagram team quickly. Mario Fernandes or Jordi Alba? I would go for Mario Fernandes because he plays earlier. Liam, have you considered double French attack? Yes, I have considered double French attack, and I don't think it's a bad option as a differential option. But, one second. I think that the issue with double French attack is you miss out on either Kane or Lukaku on the days that they're the best captain. So now imagine that unlike last week, Insigne blanks, he's a captain on your first day, then you'll be relying on your captain on the second day to get you double points. Bale, yeah, Bale, again, he's a differential and a risk, but I think he's a risk that could turn out to be worth it. I'm not sure. Now, wait, let me look at another. Ben Banks DM'd me on Instagram saying he's considering Hazard. I wouldn't go for Hazard, mate. I wouldn't, because apparently he's on the bench. Okay, Ruwairi Ohogain. Let me take a look at your team. Lukaku, Isak, Ferran Torres, Zielinski, Barella, Insigne, Zinchenko, Siunku, Pau Torres, Alioski, Donnarumma, Schmeichel, Jota, Gosens, Gerard Moreno. I think this is not a limitless team. As a normal team, that's actually a very, very good team for this week. I'm not going to lie. I think Gerard Moreno is a risk. You maybe go for this guy who is apparently starting, Miranchuk. Let me see how much he is quickly. 1 second. Yeah, instead of Gerard Moreno, bring in Miranchuk because he's starting for Russia. So go Miranchuk for Gerard Moreno. That's what I tell you. What's your name again? Let me check. Ruwairi Ohogain. Go for Miranchuk over Gerard Moreno. Malinovsky or Golovin. Let me show you quickly. I think I'd go for Malinovsky because he takes penalties and all set pieces for the Ukrainian team, and arguably has the easier game of the two. So I'd probably go for Malinovsky, but they're both really, really good options. Yeah, for Moreno, Ryrie. What do you think to Walker and Donnarumma instead of Mario Fernandes and Pickford? See, the thing is, 1 second, let me go back to the question. The thing is with Mario Fernandes against Walker, and like Walker versus Pickford, right? So you get the same clean sheet points from Walker and Pickford, but Fernandes also has attacking potential, whereas Kyle Walker doesn't play very attacking. He could be an attacking fullback, but he hasn't been an attacking fullback for at least 4 years, which I think could be a waste of his talent, but we kind of saw against Croatia why he doesn't bump forward, because he was technically quite poor. It's not that deep, no one cares. Well, you're in the live stream, so clearly someone cares, right? You've got 700 people in the stream, so someone must care about what I have to say. Yomo or Bale? I would say Yarmolenko for sure. Yarmolenko is more likely as an anytime scorer and has an easier game. Taking KDB, apparently KDB is going to be benched, so I'm not sure I'd go for KDB. Who's your middle defender? Spinazzola. Immobile or Mbappe? Mbappe. Ignore the hate, bro, you're smashing it. Yeah, don't worry. The hate doesn't get to me. I find it funny. And also, like, I understand people who hate on me because I'm taking like a game that's meant to be fun and analyzing it a lot. Yeah, so you don't need to tell me to not mind the haters. I'm completely okay with it. Don't worry. Thoughts on Mbappe? Mbappe is the best player this week. Him and Kane were like the first two names on my team sheet. After that, I was like, let's work out the other captains, so Insigne as well. Let's take a look at another team on Instagram quickly. Can you explain wildcards and limitless, please? Answer, yeah. Saying answer capitalized makes me less likely to read your question rather than more likely, so don't do that going forward. But essentially, a wildcard lets you change all of your team within the 100 million euro budget, but the changes are permanent, so your team doesn't go back to your old team. Limitless gives you an unlimited budget and unlimited transfers, but your transfers only last for the 1 week where you use the limitless. So I use the limitless this week, but next week my team will go back to my team in match day 1. That's the difference between the two. I recommend using the Limitless in Matchday 2 or 3, and then the Wild Card in the knockout stage. Because you don't want your team to use a Limitless in the knockout stage, and then your team reverts back to your team the round before that, where most of the teams from the round before that are going to be knocked out, right? Who's your captain today? Insigne. Do you have KDB? No, I got rid of KDB because apparently he's benched. Is this your Limitless team? Yes. You removed KDB? Yes, because apparently he's benched. Olmo or Bale? If you have if you have less than 3 players who play on the 19th, I would go for Olmo over Bale personally. Now, one thing I'm considering is going Olmo instead of Bale and either Zinchenko or Dumfries instead of Alba. That's what I would consider. Calvin Phillips, highest amount of goal-creating actions of all England players, worth a shout. I don't know if Calvin Phillips, because of his position on the pitch, I don't think he'll recreate that creativity every game. So I wouldn't back him to get another return this week, unfortunately. Wijnaldum or Bale? Wijnaldum. Bale, Sterling alternatives. Dani Olmo from Spain if you have less than 3 players who play on the last day. Malinovsky and Golovin. Those are the best alternatives to them, I think. Why is everyone picking Yarmolenko? So Yarmolenko, first of all, played very well. Second, he plays an awful team in North Macedonia. No disrespect to North Macedonia fans, but they're just very low ranked. They weren't very good as well against Austria, so that's the only reason I'm saying that. I have nothing against North Macedonia or anything like that. Third, he's the bookie's favourite out of all the midfielders in the game to get a goal. Not an attacking return, just a goal. So he has a 40% likelihood of being an anytime scorer, which is why I think he's the best midfielder this week. Malinovsky or Bale? If you already have Yarmolenko, I'd say Bale, but otherwise Malinovsky, I think. Why captain Insigne? Because you can change your captain every day of football, so you can change him 4 times. On the first day, Insigne is the best captain, or Immobile, but I prefer the other 3 strikers I have to Immobile, so I would say Insigne is the best captain on the first day. Bale could be explosive, exactly. If Wales score 1 or 2 goals, it's highly likely that Bale is the one who gets the assist or the goal. Jake Roberts, I know you've been in my stream and you've been very polite asking me, so spam my Instagram DMs now. Do it now and I'll find your name. Just spam them, I'm okay with that. Only Jake Roberts, so if anyone else spams my DMs, I'll block you. Oh, Jake Roberts, sorry. Jake, try spamming me, mate. Yeah, use the 158. Send me your @ and then I'll look at it. I don't know what your @ is. Send me your @ and spam me as well. Guys, I'm really sorry if you've been waiting for me to see your team for a long time. Again, I don't mean to do it. It's just literally because I don't have the time to answer everyone and answer the questions on TikTok. So it's tough. Benzema or Mbappe? Mbappe. Oh, Jake, you might be DMing FPL Liam on Instagram. DM Liam_Hamama. That's the account that's linked to my TikTok. So that could be why I'm not seeing your team. I spammed you, Evan. I see Evan W. Yeah, Evan W. You have a different @ than the one you said, but Evan, let me take a look at your team quickly. Lukaku, Depay, Eden Hazard, Sterling, Yarmolenko, Insigne, Mario Fernandes, Spinazzola, Meunier, Zinchenko, Donnarumma, Hugo Lloris, Mbappe, Lucas Hernandez, and Ivan Perisic. The one player I'd change potentially is Perisic. 2. Perisic and Hazard. I would take them out. Hazard is likely benched. And Perisic, Croatia did not look very good going forward. Maybe that you could say they'll do better against the Czech Republic, but I don't know if I would take Perisic. So definitely change Hazard, maybe bring in Wijnaldum for him, for example, and then change Perisic potentially, or you can leave him because you don't have to copy me. Perisic is a good option. Let me show you his stats as well. I'm sure he has good stats for the national team as well, because he's like their talisman. If they score, he's likely to be involved. So Perisic has 0.6 goal contributions for 90 for Croatia. Against Czech Republic, who, let's face it, they weren't that good, right? But I think they were better than Scotland. Yeah. Yeah. You could go for Perisic. I'm not going to say you shouldn't. Has there been news on Hazard? Yeah, apparently he's not starting. Can we see the team behind you? Yeah, sorry, here you go. Zach S85, you've been here for 40 minutes. Send me your @ and I'll take a look at your team. I'll try to at least. Zach S85, send me your @ Ibo IRL, let me take a look at your team, Ibo. I'll try. If I can't find it, I'm sorry. Let me try. Ibo, spam me. Spam my DMs. Jake, I got your follow request, so now just literally send me a DM now. Here, Zach, I think that's the one that was spamming me, right? Yeah, okay. Zach, let me take a look at your team. Quickly. Harry Kane, De Bruyne, Sterling, Wijnaldum, Yarmolenko, Insigne, Spinazzola, Meunier, Zinchenko, Dumfries, Donnarumma, Jordan Pickford, Mbappe, Lucas Hernandez, Antoine Griezmann. I personally, first of all, De Bruyne, take him out, because De Bruyne is likely to be benched. So even though I had him, I would change De Bruyne. Next, I think I'd go Griezmann to Lukaku, because Lukaku is the best captain on the second day of football. Otherwise, who are you going to captain on that day? And then the rest looks good to me. Looks great, actually. Your team looks very, very strong. Yeah. Okay, I'll take a break from looking at teams on Instagram now, because I think it's boring for everyone whose team I'm not looking at. Forsberg against Slovakia, good option? Yeah, very good option for sure. I just think that there are a couple midfielders like Wijnaldum who are slightly better than him, but he's still a great option, yeah. For sure. 1 second. I'm stuck in my... There we go. Full team. Okay. FPL graduates just invited me to go live together. I'm going to go live with them for about half an hour, then I'll come back to show my final team and give you final thoughts. Oh, I missed their invite. Wait. FPL graduates, if you can send me another invite to go live together, I'll join quickly. Or I'll see if I can invite someone else to join. Add co-host. One second. Show Matchday 1 points. I had 85 points in Matchday 1, rank 1.9k in the world, which is the best I've ever had in FPL or Euro Fantasy, which I'm very, very happy about, especially when last week when I did this stream, I had a bunch of haters saying my team was garbage, and it was mid, and it wasn't good, and then I got very lucky with people like Herdetsky doing well, but still, like, I had a decent team, and everyone said it was bad, and I did really well. What position does Bale play for Wales? He plays kind of up front or right wing, like inside forward, so he's a great option for sure. Let me try reaching out to FPL graduates to go live with them quickly. One second.
Liam involved. There he is.
Oh, there he is. How's it going, graduates?
Not too bad, not too bad. I'm absolutely sweating buckets after. So we started the live by dancing to that France song.
Oh wow, yeah.
It was great. It was great.
Your stream has much more energy than mine.
I'm trying. I'm trying. I really am. You know, and now I'm regretting it because I'm just sweating everywhere.
Yeah, it's way too hot right now.
Oh. What's people in the chat saying? What questions are we getting?
The big questions are basically there are about 5 or 6 midfielders that everyone is choosing 2 or 3 out of. So you've got Wijnaldum, Bale, Malinovsky, Golovin, and one second. And who's the 5th one? Forsberg, right? Everyone wants 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah.
And then people had Hazard and De Bruyne. I had De Bruyne, but some journalist tweeted that they're both going to be on the bench most likely. So that's what we're all talking about right now.
What I just said is that I think I'd prefer Kevin De Bruyne half an hour against Denmark than Gareth Bale for 90 minutes against anyone in the tournament. Anyone.
Yeah, I think you have a point there for sure.
Like, what I was thinking about is the Hazard or De Bruyne. Who's had the better season?
De Bruyne, of course. I would go De Bruyne.
De Bruyne, of course.
Yeah.
I think that's a no-brainer. But it's interesting because everyone's on limitless, and I've just decided not to. I'm vibing.
Really?
Transfers.
Really?
Yeah,
What's your team looking like?
So currently, I'm basically backed the 4.5 defenders who didn't start last game week to bite everyone in the butt and start this week.
Right, that's interesting. Yeah. So Dene Wijndal.
Yeah, so I've got Donnarumma, Spinazzola, Kaya, Denea, Wijnal, Insigne, Alaba, Tielemans, Mount, Lukaku, Yilmaz, and then I've brought in Benzema and Lucas Hernandez, and I've got Ferran Torres on the bench as well.
That's class. Yeah, it's a good team. I don't blame you. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that, you know, if I play my Limitless at a different time, maybe...
Yeah, I think Limitless in Matchday 3 could pay off for you, for sure. Because in Matchday 3, a lot of teams actually have even easier games than they have in Matchday 2. I just decided to go for Matchday 2 because I think my team looks better for my team for Matchday 1 looks better for Matchday 3. So that's what I would look at if I were you. How does your team look for Matchday 3 if you use your Limitless today? It could look better.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm liking how my team's looking at the
Yeah,
moment
no, it's
anyway,
definitely looking
so,
good, yeah.
Yeah, I've decided as well I'm not taking it as seriously as FPL because otherwise I'll just be too much stress.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
kind of haven't planned anything out really. I'm just playing it as I go. I'm
Yeah.
not doing too bad at the moment. I've got 69 points in the last game week. Not too bad.
Yeah, it's quite good actually. Yeah, I wasn't gonna take it that seriously, and then I got 85 points in the first match day. I'm 1.9k in the world, so I'm like sweating now to get a very high finish.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be done then, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was buzzing after the Italy game. The Italy game on its own against Turkey.
Yeah, that pushed us all up so much.
4k in the world. I was like, I'm getting nosebleeds in. I'm
Yeah.
absolute nosebleeds.
Yeah.
I've never been so on.
Let's see. People are asking about Çalhanoğlu. I think Turkey did not look very good going forward. I wouldn't go for Çalhanoğlu against Wales, even if it's an easy game. I think there are better midfielders out there.
Oh, there are. I'm still backing my boy Yilmaz, son. I'm still backing him.
maybe.
Everyone in game week 1, and he didn't do too much, and everyone's kind of brought him out for the easier fixture. So,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't get why everyone had Yilmaz against Italy. I'm not gonna lie. I told everyone go for the 3 strikers that I started with, which is Kane, Lukaku, Depay. But Depay ended up blanking too, so it didn't matter much. What about someone's saying? What about Immobile against Switzerland? I think Immobile and Insigne are about equally good, but because there are better strikers than raw midfielders, I would skip out on Immobile and get Insigne instead.
Yeah, I think they're pretty much they're as likely to score as each other, but Insigne's got that potential as well to get a clean sheet.
Yeah,
well.
and he gets 1 more point for a goal.
There you go. So I think that's a good shout. That.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to keeping Yilmaz for this Welsh game because I don't know. Wales didn't look too great in that.
No, definitely not. Yeah.
Who was it? Switzerland.
Yeah. They conceded, I think, 2 or 3, and they could have conceded more. Like their keeper saved them many times.
Yeah. 100%. I've got. Well, someone's absolutely spammed it. I'll answer it. Sterling or Ferran Torres?
Right. My answer for that one would be, it depends on how many players you have who play on the last day. So I think everyone has at least 2 French players. So if you have 2 France players and maybe you already have Alba, for example, then you don't want more than 3 who play on the last day, because then you won't be able to take them out if they blank. You're basically missing out on another option. So I would say I would go for Sterling instead. And I think that Danny Olmo, played better than Ferran Torres with regards to the potential for returns. So I would say Olmo instead of Torres, but it depends on how your team looks.
Yeah, I mean, he almost definitely looked better, didn't he, in the Sweden game? But you've got to think as well, Ferran Torres did get put up front for a spell of the game.
Yeah.
Which you've got to take into account as well. I think we'll see Moreno play against Poland. But
I think so as well.
Said, no more than 3 on the last day, and I've got exactly 3 on the last day. So that makes me feel better.
Yeah, for sure. Koeman a good choice with potential squad rotation. See, I don't believe in this squad rotation hype for France, because why would they rotate against Hungary and risk being in a very tough situation against Portugal in the last day? Like, surely they're going to rack up the points and the goals against Hungary just to be sure that they're qualifying. That's the way I see it.
I think everyone in that group will play their strongest team for every single group game, because anyone could beat anyone in that group, even Hungary for 85 minutes.
Yeah, they kept Portugal out. Yeah,
I don't know how many times they play at Budapest, but if they play more games at their home ground, they'll be tough to beat there.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, Portugal disappointed me. I think with the talent they have, they could be playing much better than that.
I'll get a request to show my team. Is there a way I can use green screen?
Yeah, press like I'm not sure, as a guest, I'm not sure if you can. I think you can. Do you have like the pen on the bottom right?
Yeah.
Press that, then green screen,
I got it.
Bruno or Wijnaldum. I think if you saw France-Germany, Germany looked very good. So I would go Wijnaldum. Griezmann or Benzema? Griezmann.
In all its glory, roast my team, boys.
wait, let me see it. Alaba.
I'll move out the way.
What do you guys think? Let's see what my chat is saying about your team. I think it actually looks good for a team that's not even a limitless. I think it looks quite good.
Yeah, it's not limitless, but we move. Boys,
Yeah.
What do you think?
Should I risk De Bruyne? No. And I mean, I guess what you said makes sense about De Bruyne with him playing 45 minutes or 30 minutes. It's quite good, but Denmark aren't awful defensively. So I'm not sure.
That's bad. It's terrible. The Doubters looked out. They looked out.
It makes content. It's fine.
It's alright. I've never claimed to be
Liam, show team here. I'll move out the way so you guys can see my team.
There it is. Oh. That's interesting. I like the Russian pick, I think that Fernandez in the defence.
Yeah.
Decent.
Yeah. I think he slept on, because Russia, the bookies have them at 52% to keep a clean sheet, and he plays quite attacking for them. He's like Dumfries or Meunier, in that he plays like the right mid or right wing back position. So I think he slept on.
But I've got a question saying, how many points did you finish on? If you look just at the top left of each of our screens, you'll be able to see the points we got last week.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the main difference between our teams is that I had Hradetsky starting. I'm not sure if you did. So I got quite lucky.
I had him on the bench.
Yeah, yes. I got lucky. I swapped out Donnarumma I did like this move where I got Donnarumma out and Spinazzola in, because I had Hinteregger and Donnarumma. I swapped them out for Bachmann and Spinazzola, which meant that Bachmann plays after Hradetsky. So if I had my original team, I would have had Hradetsky on the bench. So that probably boosted me like 30k places in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I had Donnarumma as my starting keeper and Hradetsky on the bench.
Yeah, and you're not going to sub out a keeper who got 6 points. Or, yeah.
I mean, I'm realistically losing out on what, 6, 7 points, something like that.
Yeah,
So
it's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
Wijnaldum or Bale? Wijnaldum, I would say. I think Austria against Netherlands probably going to concede more than Turkey against Wales, because Wales didn't look great.
Yeah, Wijnaldum averages like for country 4 shots a game, which is
ridiculous.
Ridiculously more, like on average as well. Like he had like five shots in the opening game of the group stage for the Netherlands. Like,
0.85 non-penalty XG plus XA as well, which is insane in the opening game. He's also got, like, in the last 2 years, basically, in all his games, he's got between 0.7 and 1.4 in every competition, goals per 90. So I think probably against Austria, he's a great shout.
Mbappe, Benzema, or Griezmann. Now, this is something me and Josh are talking about, and I've gone out on a limb and said Benzema is one of the shouts for the Golden Boot, because I'm looking at Mbappe playing off that left-hand side, Griezmann in behind, Pogba, Hernandez coming in from the left, and this is all just feeding Benzema. I don't know what you think, whether you think Mbappe is worth that extra 2 mil, but I think Benzema, for value for money, could be the one.
Value for money for sure. If I was like wildcarding and not using the limitless, I'd probably go Benzema. I think especially against Hungary, because the only way they can play against France is with the low block. Mbappe's pace and explosiveness won't help him as much as it did against Germany, especially when Germany were chasing the game and bombing forward. So I think Benzema this week could be roughly equally as good as Mbappe, but I still think if you're on limitless, money doesn't matter for you, so I would go for Mbappe instead. But if anyone is wildcarding next week or in the quarterfinals, if France make it, which they probably will, then I'd probably say Benzema instead of him. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, like the number 9, I was talking to someone, like the number 9 for Portugal, Ronaldo is the one who got the points, not the wingers or the attacking midfielder. So I think against Hungary, because of how deep they sit, it could be a good shout to go for the striker rather than the winger.
Yeah, so that's kind of why I brought in Benzema and Hernandez. Like, Hernandez for me almost feels like coverage for Mbappe, which feels a bit crazy because he's that attacking. That's
true. Yeah. They kind of like England. They focus on their left side when attacking, which is why I was so surprised that Trippier was starting, and that's also I think why we didn't create as much as we would have wanted. People are spamming me Bale or Insigne captain. I think I would go for Insigne, because Italy have not an easier game, but they're the far better team creatively than Wales. And Insigne has both goal scoring and assist potential, and I'm pretty sure, according to the bookies, they're both equally likely to get a goal. So Bale's 33%, Insigne's 33%, so I'd back Insigne over him.
Someone's saying, explain how Liam will sub out his mids when he doesn't have any centre mids on the bench. Now, you can sub out different positions, can't you? You can sub out a midfielder for, let's say, a defender or an attacker. You just got to make sure your formation stays within the rules.
Yeah, so the rules is two midfielders, one striker, one forward, and 3 defenders. So you can have a 5-2-3, 3-4-3, 4-3-3. Yeah.
There you go. I've just got the same questions, Immobile. Immobile or Insigne, captain? I think we said, didn't we? Like, Insigne's got that potential for the extra couple of points. Yeah,
and I'm not sure I'd even double up on Italy attack. I think if you have Insigne in your team, you're probably better off going for Kane, Lukaku, and Mbappe, or you could go for Depay over Lukaku, just because this worked for me last week, and I think it's the right strategy, which is having the best captain on every day of football within the match day. Because we kind of got lucky that Insigne got points in the first day, but Insigne could have blanked as well. So if Insigne blanks, you're in a situation where now you need Lukaku as your second match day captain. If you don't have Lukaku and you went for Immobile and both Insigne and Immobile blanked, then now you only have 2 games. You only have Kane and Mbappe to get you points. So it's better to maximize the amount of times you can try to get a haul from your captain.
Yeah, just got some breaking news, boys, about Austrian player Marko Arnautovic. He's been banned for Austria's match versus the Netherlands.
Oh, wow.
Another player after scoring against North Macedonia.
Wow.
So that's
fair enough.
Interesting.
That's actually good for Netherlands defenders. So here's something I'm considering doing. I'm considering going for Dani Olmo instead of Bale, and then going for Dumfries instead of Jordi Alba, because I think that increases Netherlands' likelihood of keeping a clean sheet. And I think Olmo is a better option than Bale.
I think Dumfries as well is probably one of the best options for a defender that you could have, especially on a limitless, because I was looking at his heat map against Ukraine, and
Yeah.
his heat map is genuinely in their box. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Even if he's not that good, like everyone was laughing at him for his finishing, but still, his positioning is what's going to get you points, not his quality.
It doesn't. You could be really bad at finishing. If you're in those positions, you're going to score at least like 1 in like 3.
Yeah.
The chance to
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm thinking Olmo and Dumfries could outperform Alba and Bale, for sure.
Yeah. So we got what, 35 or so minutes until deadline. So yeah, we're buzzing. I'm still undecided on that captaincy. I think Insigne, Spinazzola, or Yilmaz, one of them could easily be on the captaincy.
Yeah, I personally would go for Insigne. Let me see quickly what the bookies are saying about Yilmaz. But even in FPL, I would almost never captain a defender, because once a defender concedes a goal, which can happen in any of the 90 minutes, you're praying that he gets a goal or an assist, which, even though Spinazzola is quite attacking, it's not likely to happen, whereas an attacker at any point could get a goal or an assist. So you have to play the odds, basically. Berardi or Bale? Ooh. If you have Insigne, I don't know if I double up on Italian attack, so I would say Bale. Spinazzola or Dumfries, Italy. Spinazzola, sorry.
I'm not convinced by the Bale pick. I think people are kind of bringing him in just because he's expensive.
Yeah, I think so as well.
You've also got to be aware that there are some gems that are lower value as well that you might want to pick up.
Yeah, Golovin and Malinovsky are great options as well that I don't have in my team. That you shouldn't think that they're not good because they're 7 and 7.5 million. They're great options. Foden, maybe, he seemed very dangerous. Yeah, but the issue with Foden for me is I don't think he's nailed because of I think England are going to focus on tracking Robertson and Tierney. And I don't know how well Foden will do with that on the right wing. And Foden on the right wing is a weaker option than Sterling on the left wing, just because Scotland are far worse on their right side than they are on their left side.
Yeah, Tierney will be back, won't he?
Yeah, he should be. He should be.
Yeah, I've only got Mason Mount for England. I think probably will regret not having another player, but it's Southgate roulette. I think he's the new Pep Guardiola of fantasy football.
Let's check quickly. I want to find the odds of Yilmaz to score quickly.
Who's my keeper? Donnarumma, boys. There he is. Cut in. There you go.
Anytime goal scorer. Burak Yilmaz. Let's see. I learned how to calculate percentages from odds, which is very helpful for FPL. 8 out of 21. Yeah, 38% chance of scoring. It's not great. Yeah, I would captain Insigne over him, I think, because he can also get the assist potential to add to that. Sterling may switch over, though. Yeah, that's true. They could switch Sterling to the right.
I think Sterling. I mean, Sterling should play, shouldn't he? If he
should.
Scores the goal.
Yeah.
I think he should.
And we know how loyal Southgate is.
Yeah, and I think the fact that I don't think we see Grealish play again. Scott said in an interview, didn't he, that he's rehabilitating still a bit with his shin, but I think it reduces the likelihood just a little bit that he's not training with the full squad.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think Grealish and Hazard are quite similar in that they both might get minutes here and there, but both of their managers are quite sure that they're not fully match fit.
Yeah.
So that's why I wouldn't go for either of them.
Did you both use Limitless? No, I did not use my Limitless. I've gone rogue. I'm happy with my team at the moment, and as well, Josh is using his Limitless, so it makes for a bit more fun. Not using mine yet. Obviously, got to be done for the content.
Yep.
We've done some crazy things in the past, like TikTok told me to put Kepa into my wild card once, and he hadn't played for months and months and months. So, you guys know what's up. We do anything for the content.
Someone's asking me if I'm definitely sticking with that team. No, I might swap out Bale for Olmo and Alba to Dumfries. So no, I'm not sticking to that team. But guys, you're not meant to copy my team. It's meant to inspire you, but don't copy it. Otherwise, all your friends will hate me for helping you guys, or you'll hate me for not helping you, and you'll blame me for you not doing well.
I mean, it's a bit mad though. We predicted. Well, I saw a tweet from FPL Swede on a thread of like good options for Sweden. I picked one out, Danielson.
Oh yeah, the defender, yeah.
And he managed to get a clean sheet, 6 points. Absolute scene.
And he's good for this week as well. He's pretty good for this week, yeah.
Is KDB fit? I think he gets like maximum 45 minutes, most likely half an hour for me.
Yeah. I'm not sure, and if Belgium are winning, which they probably will be, I'm not sure they'd risk him other than like a 20-minute run around to get back into the mix of things.
Yeah, it's interesting that I've kept Denayer, and people have been saying he's not going to start. I think the reason why he didn't come on is because of that experience. Like they brought on Vermaelen, didn't they? And
yeah,
he's a centre half that's going to know what to do coming on like. Whenever it was into the game, half an hour or so, wasn't it? So I think Denayer will get his chance. I think he will.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what like their team used in that rotation. I wouldn't bring him in like on a limitless team or a wild card, but maybe it's worth keeping him. Yeah,
not.
Yeah.
But I'm keeping the faith because I think everyone's jinxed it by using their limitless.
Could be, yeah. Yeah. Liam, can you show us your team? Oh, wait, I'm going to pause my stream quickly just to show you my updated team. 1 second.
I haven't got Pavard. I've got Hernandez, lads. I've got Hernandez. Meunier or Spinazzola. Oh, 2 cracking fullbacks. I'd probably go Meunier.
Yeah, I think I'd go Spinazzola, but I'd go both if you can.
Yeah, if you could, that's the ideal outcome.
Yeah, here, I'll show you guys my new team. So I've gone Olmo over Bale, and I've gone for Dumfries instead of Alba.
Half an hour to go, boys. Make sure you're sorting out your transfers, your team, whatever, because we've not got long left until... You know, the Russia, was it Russia-Finland?
Yeah, Russia-Finland. That's the one thing, like, yeah, no, I was talking to someone the other day about his team. He wanted to go for Zuba as the captain for the first day. And I showed him the Gandhi quote that you never back the early kickoff. I don't know if you've heard about that.
Yeah, I've heard it and felt it.
Yeah, it always lets me down when I back the early kickoff.
Also learned this season, well, Josh especially, is never back the late kick-off, the last game of the game week for your captain.
Yeah, the only good thing about that... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Josh did that once, and every single captain option returned, and he had Vardy on like a Monday night against Liverpool, and he just did nothing. And just ended up in absolute tears.
Yeah, no, the flip of that is like if every other captain blanks and your captain plays last, you feel like you have the hype of your captain being last the whole week, and then he could also return. So it goes both ways.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, this guy's saying he did it for Ronaldo and got 20 points. Yeah, but it's different with Euro fantasy compared to Premier League fantasy because you can't change your captain every day. Forsberg or Olmo? I think Olmo is better than Forsberg this week. Best midfielder for 6 million. Asking, yeah?
Lewandowski for Kane for a 4-point hit.
Lewandowski to Kane.
Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't do it. Because you don't get bonus points in Euro 2020 Fantasy, and like your team that you're going to transfer to is either going to be for 1 or 2 games, depending on your chip strategy. Because you're going to change everyone before the round of 16. I wouldn't take a 4-point hit for 2 strikers who, even if Lewandowski is half as likely to get a goal as Kane, I still wouldn't take the hit.
just seen someone was saying that Yarmolenko banned. No, I don't think it's Arnautovic that is banned, boys.
Yeah, I don't think Yarmo would be banned for any. Yeah, someone said that online as well. Let me check.
What's your bench? Oh, my bench is, I'll tell you because I can't be able to move. Hradecky, Benzema, Hernandez, Ferran.
Quality bench.
It's quite nice though. I like the substitution system. I'm not too sure how it would work, like in terms of FPL, but you know, it's an interesting concept and it makes it a bit different. You know, for the casuals, it's probably not as good, but if you're like monitoring your team every day, having a look, you know, changing things here and there, little tweaks, you probably end up over the long run doing quite a bit better.
Yeah. I think so. It makes it more engaging as well, because otherwise you can like set your team and forget about it for 5 days or 4 days. But at the same time, it makes it much harder because you have to spread out your budget, and like things like planning ahead and wildcarding completely change once you have the whole system of subs and captain changes. So I'm not sure I love it.
Olmo or Pogba? I'd probably go Olmo because I think you could probably double up on different, or even triple up on different French players.
Yeah.
But Pogba looked very, very good. I was very impressed.
What I will say about Pogba is even though he played really well, he still only got something like 0.13 expected goal contributions. So the issue with him is because he plays not deep, but he doesn't play attacking midfield or as a winger or a striker, he can have a man of the match performance and still not get an attacking return. Whereas anyone who's an attacking midfielder or someone who plays on the wing but is a midfielder in the game is a much better choice than him, I think, even though he played brilliantly. Yeah. And like you said, you want to triple up in France, but there are better options than Pogba within the French team, like Lucas Hernandez, Lloris, Mbappe, even Griezmann, Benzema. Danny Olmo or Malinovsky, I think I would go for Olmo if you already have Yarmolenko. If you don't have Yarmolenko, I'd say Malinovsky. Because I don't want to double up on Ukraine because I don't know enough about them to be that confident that they're going to turn over North Macedonia. Berardi or Jorginho? Berardi for sure. If you're not using the Limitless, I would say Berardi is always going to be a good option because for 6 million he's ridiculously good. Ronaldo or Depay? If you're on Limitless, Depay for sure.
I've just seen as well that Russia are lining up 4 at the back today.
Oh really? Let's see.
Yeah. I think the potential for Golovin now is probably a good shout.
Let's see the team quickly. And that decreases the potential for Mario Fernandez.
Exactly.
So I might have to get rid of him as well.
So they're playing. I think they're playing 4-3-3. It's what the graphics showing on Euro 2020.
Yeah. No, I saw they're playing 2 attackers, so they must be 2 strikers. I mean. Let's see matches.
The Bale or Perisic? I've got to go probably Perisic over Bale. I don't know. I don't see the goals coming from Bale in that team. I think Kiefer Moore is going to be that standout man because physically this Welsh team are very, very good, and I think they should have a lot of threat from crosses. And I don't think Bale's going to be the one to be putting those crosses in because obviously he cuts inside more than he goes out and crosses in. I think, you got to go Perisic over Bale.
Someone saying Torres or Gini Wijnaldum. I think I prefer Olmo to Torres, even though it doesn't seem obvious because Torres is the more expensive player, the guy who we know better. I think I'd rather have Olmo, and I think I'd rather have Olmo than Wijnaldum if you have less than 3 players on the final day. But now Golovin is interesting. If they're playing with, I think it seems like they're playing either 4-3-3 with him on the wing or a narrow formation with 2 strikers. That makes Golovin very interesting.
I think he could play a very advanced role today, and obviously I don't think Finland will be as defensively solid as they were in Matchday 1.
Yeah. Mbappe or Benzema on a 1 week limitless, I would say Benzema for sure. Oh, sorry, not Benzema, Mbappe. If you're wildcarding, then maybe Benzema to free up another 2 million. How do I properly do subs? I have a video on this on my channel, but basically you want to have players who play later on your bench, and then every time someone blanks, you can sub in someone from your bench, and they can get you points instead.
What else are we saying? Jorginho. I mean, I probably wouldn't. I mean, there's only been one penalty given so far in, 12, 13, 14 fixtures, something like that. There's been what I've noticed a lot in the Euros this year is there's been a lack of penalties, a lot less yellow cards than a usual international tournament. So, you've got to take that into consideration. I don't think you should bring in someone just because they've got a penalty taker and that's it. I think you need players who are actually going to, have a chance of getting some goals from open play.
Yeah, I would only take penalties into consideration when you're looking at 2 players from the same team who have similar attacking threat, and you say, well, let's say like Yarmolenko or Malinovsky, or one of them takes penalties, or Malinovsky takes penalties. And so if they had a similar attacking potential, which I think Yarmolenko has better attacking potential, but let's say hypothetically they had the same attacking potential, then you'd go for Malinovsky because he takes penalties. Show bench. Yeah, here, I'll show you my bench. But guys, I think I'm going to change my team considering Mario Fernandes is playing as a right back rather than a right wing back. I might go for Jordi Alba and Golovin instead of Dani Olmo and Mario Fernandes.
There you go. It's a lot of the same question, guys.
Yeah, it's because everyone has very, very similar teams.
Yeah, it's very similar. It's very much, I think, the Limitless is very much the template move this week, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a sensible move as well, don't get me wrong. I'm not doing it because I'm not very sensible and I'm not too bothered about the Euros fantasy. And I've obviously got to be different, haven't I, guys?
Yeah.
I might even risk it and put up a TikTok at some point before Matchday 3, and the highest liked comment will be a player that I bring in.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
We could do that.
Would you use Çalhanoğlu? Not on a limitless team, but I wouldn't transfer him out if I had him in my team and I'm not using the limitless. What about Yaremchuk? He's good, but on a limitless, I'd rather have the 3 strikers that I already have in my team, or Depay, or Benzema, or Griezmann. I don't think he's one of the best strikers for a limitless team. Zinchenko or Dumfries? I think Dumfries is he has more attacking potential. Even though Zinchenko plays out of position, he plays in centre mid. It's not like he plays up front or on the wing. Dumfries basically plays like a winger for the Netherlands, so I'd rather have Dumfries than him.
Oh, what are we saying here, then, boys? Alba or Zinchenko?
That's tough.
I think I'd rather Alba than Zinchenko. I think that there's a higher clean sheet potential for me.
Yeah. It's similar. The potential is similar, but Alba, I think Alba has more of a chance to get an attacking return, even though he doesn't play out of position per se. He plays left wing back.
It's effectively a left wing, is what I gathered from that Sweden game.
Yeah.
Because he's playing so high up, and a lot of the play went down his side. Spain had a lot of heavy possession down the left side, and that's, I think, why we saw a lot more of Alba, Dani Olmo on the eye,
exactly,
rather than Ferran and Llorente down that right side.
Yeah. Also, they made a mistake, I think, playing Llorente at right back and not taking Jesus Navas, who's far better than him, I think, at right wing back. 1 second, let me update my team.
A similar sort of role to what Alba does. He's obviously got a potential to get attacking returns as a cheap option. I mean, you probably wouldn't want to use him in a limitless, but if you're on a budget, £5 million midfielder.
Yep,
you're not doing
I agree.
Bad with it.
Yeah, Llorente is a good option if you're on a budget for sure. Also, I think people are missing out on like the that extra 1 million between him and Luis Nago, or him and or like Luis Nago and Alaba, for example, like the benefit of having that player who can get an attacking return. Like we got so lucky with Alaba getting a return, let's be honest, but it's still the fact that we had him, it helped us a lot.
Yeah, I think it was a bit mental because Alaba got shifted to centre back, so we're playing an out of position player who's playing further back than what they're showing on.
And he got us a return.
Managed to pop up with a return.
Yeah.
But I guess you know, it's a risky take. A lot of the cheaper options did get like 1 or 2 returns here or there anyway in the midfield, especially.
Yeah. Let's see, more questions.
This is my team, boys. I'll move out of the way again so you can see my subs as well.
Yeah, let me show them my team as well. Pedri worth it? No. I think Pedri is the guy who gets the pass before the assist. He doesn't get the actual assist. Forsberg or Wijnaldum, Dumfries or Alba. I would say Alba. He has better clean sheet potential in my opinion. But I would try to go both. In my team I have both. Zinchenko or Dumfries? I think Zinchenko has slightly better clean sheet potential, but now that Arnautovic is out, I think it's roughly equal, and I think Dumfries is better going forward than Zinchenko. Is Carrasco a good choice? Not on a limitless, but on a wild card or just as a transfer, yeah, he's a good choice. Is left mid Olmo? In my team, no. Left mid is Golovin. Wait. Yeah. Oh, it might be blurry for them, but Golovin is my left mid. And the red shirt is a Russian shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, there's videos of De Bruyne in full training anyway, so we'll see if he plays a part.
Yeah.
I think he will play a part. How much of a part he'll play, I'm not too sure.
Agreed. I'm not going to risk it with De Bruyne, I think there's other players who can get the return, but as a punt for 45 minutes or 30 minutes, I'm not against it.
Who do I captain, Golovin or Insigne? I'll be more tempted to go for Insigne because for me, Italy looked like one of the most impressive teams in game week 1. I see no reason why they can't continue on in game week 2, and having one of their attackers is probably a good shout for captaincy.
Yep. Why have Golovin? I think Golovin, first of all, has great attacking potential, and he plays Finland, who are one of the weakest teams in the tournament. So I'd definitely go for... I think he's a good option. Other options instead of him are De Bruyne as a punt if you think he's going to get minutes. You can go for Malinovsky. He's another good option. Forsberg is a good option. Olmo, if you don't have too many players in the last day, is another good option.
What's your sub-keeper? Mine's currently Hirodeki. Yours is probably a bit different on the limitless, isn't it? It's probably
Hugo Lloris, yeah. A bit better. Golovin or Bale? I think Golovin is a better option than Bale, I'm not going to lie. Especially now that they're playing with 2 strikers, I think he has a very high attacking potential. Why no Mario Fernandes? Because he's playing right back, not right wing back. So that attacking potential I was talking about has kind of gone away. So I'd rather have Alba than him. Should I go for De Bruyne? I didn't go for De Bruyne. You can make of that what you want to make of it.
What I'm going to do is I'm gonna head off in a second and go on to Instagram and answer some of your guys' questions.
Sure. Yeah, I'm going to do the same as well.
FPL graduates on Instagram, because I've seen there's quite a few requests on there that I haven't looked at.
Yeah, I have the same issue. All right. Nice talking to you though, mate. Yeah. See you.
Yeah, it's been good speaking to you.
Alright guys, let me see. I have a couple people on Instagram who are waiting to see my team as well. So let me log into my team, take a screenshot, send it over to them as well. And keep asking me questions, I'll help you out. I don't have time to answer, to look at full teams anymore, but I'll try helping you guys out. Games. How do you get money? Limitless is how you get money. Ginio Malinovsky, I think equally good. If you have Yarmolenko, I'd go for Wijnaldum. If you don't have Yarmolenko, I'd go for Malinovsky. Mbappe or Depay? Mbappe. Why not Bale? I'm not sure. I haven't decided whether I'm going to go Bale or not still, but I think Bale, because Wales don't play that well and Bale hasn't had a good season, I'm not sure. Stone's good, yes, but he doesn't have the attacking potential that my other fullbacks have. So if I'm going to go for an England defender, I'd rather go for Pickford, because keepers don't get attacking returns anyway. I take out Mario Fernandes because he's going to play right back instead of right wing back. Show full team, here you go. Wait 1 second. Why Kane over Immobile? Because Kane is the favourite, the bookie's favourite to get a goal. And he has assist potential, plays a very weak team. Please answer, do you lose any points for transfers? Not if you have a limitless. If you don't have a limitless, then yeah, you do lose points for transfer. Otherwise, you don't know. Should I captain Mario Fernandes? Let's see. Will De Bruyne play? I think he'll play, but he won't start. That's what I saw from my research. Why Meunier? Because he plays right wing essentially for Belgium. He's a great option, and he has good clean sheet potential. Golovin or Torres? If you have, look, I went for Golovin instead of Torres or Olmo because I have 3 players who play on the last day. So I think Golovin, if he blanks, is less of a risk than Ferran Torres. Is that your final team? I think so. Do you want me to walk through my team? So Harry Kane is the bookie's favourite for a goal at any time. Lukaku is probably going to be top scorer, has a pretty easy game. Golovin plays one of the worst teams in the tournament, has great assist potential, and Russia have lined up with a very attacking team. Sterling against Scotland plays on their weaker side because he plays left wing for England. Wijnaldum is very attacking for Netherlands, ridiculously good for them, and he covers the points that Depay gets. Yarmolenko, bookie's favourite out of all the midfielders to get a goal. Insigne, best captain on the first day. Spinazzola, brilliant on the first day. Meunier, Denmark. For anyone, let me see. Dumfries against Austria. Pickford, Scotland. Jordi Alba plays Poland. Another good game. Lucas Hernandez against Hungary. Clean sheet. So all my defenders are there because they have high clean sheet potential and high assist potential. Mbappe against Hungary. Obviously, you know, he's the best player in the whole week, I think. And Lloris, great clean sheet potential. Why Golovin? Because Golovin is the second best Russian attacker, but the first best is their striker. So that's why Golovin. Foden is not nailed. That's my issue with him. People saying Grealish will start. Where are you seeing that? Let me see quickly. Golovin or Gini? I think Gini, just because Netherlands are more proven than him, than Russia. Why didn't you choose Ronaldo? He plays Germany. People saying I copied Let's Talk FPL team. I purposefully didn't watch his Limitless team so that I don't get any ideas. Haven't watched anyone else's Limitless teams. But let me know, who does he have that I have? Does he even have Golovin? Because I literally decided on Golovin 5 minutes ago. You've all seen me make all these changes in the last minute. So how would I be copying someone if I keep changing it around? Sterling isn't starting. Based on what, mate? Like, how do we know that? Is Pogba a good option? Not really, because he plays too deep to get attacking returns. Can you move your head for a second? Yeah. Mario or Dumfries? I think Dumfries, because he plays more attacking. Bouchan or Pickford in goal? Pickford. Did you not watch the French game? I did, but Pogba played brilliantly and he was good in attack, but he never had the chance for the a goal or an assist. He had minor chances, like the ball to Lucas Hernandez, for example. But his accumulated XG and X assist, so expected goal, expected assist, was only 0.13. So I wouldn't back him to keep getting attacking returns. 1 second, I need to log in to my account to make sure everything is sorted for myself, and I'll try to answer you guys as well. He literally missed a sitter of a header. Yeah, the header, I think because of the XG didn't register for that, because of the who was it? I think Rudiger, I think, was in the way for him. So I'm not sure. I think that might be why the XG for that was low. But you can't rely on Pogba getting a header every game, I think. Who was the other thing? Someone else made a good point as well. That Pogba assisted the offside goals. I think there was only one, because Mbappe assisted Benzema's one. He could have assisted Mbappe's one, I'm not sure. But yeah, Pogba's a good option. Just I don't think he's better than any of my midfielders, but I could be wrong. You have to copy me, right? Who do you have captain? Insigne. Insigne is my captain. Bale or Golovin? I think Golovin. Let's see. De Bruyne out. Golovin in. You going to watch the game? Yeah, I watch every game that I can. Sometimes I'm not home, but when I can, I'll watch every game for sure. What happens if Golovin does bad? If Golovin does bad, the good thing is he plays first, so I can sub him out for my bench. That's why I prefer having him than like a Spanish midfielder. Why Golovin over De Bruyne? Liam, what are you looking at when you do that? I'm looking at my Instagram DMs and my Instagram team when I look at my computer. Wait. Why Golovin over De Bruyne? You didn't answer. Oh, because De Bruyne, according to a very reliable Belgian journalist, De Bruyne is going to start on the bench. That simple. Is De Bruyne starting? No, he's not starting. Hazard or Sterling? Hazard is not starting, so Sterling. Foden/Sterling or KDB, Foden or Sterling. I think I'd rather have Sterling. UEFA predict Grealish? I don't know. If UEFA predict Grealish, then Grealish hasn't even been training with the first team for some of the games, so it's a risk. Yeah, Sterling is a risk of rotation, but I think he's going to start after scoring a goal. Pickford or Donnarumma? I think Pickford, because you can have an Italian defender, but I wouldn't double up on that defense against Switzerland. Zinchenko or Dumfries? I would go Dumfries, but Zinchenko is another great option. Will Meunier start? Yes, he should, because Castan is injured. 5 minutes, jeez. 1 second, I have a guy from a Swedish TV channel who I talk to, so I need to send him my team to help him out. 1 second, let me email him quickly. Is this your final team? Yeah, this is my final team. I'm like 99% sure this is my final team. I can move aside as well, so you guys can take a look. Meanwhile, send me questions. I'll try answering. Mbappe or Griezmann? I'd go Mbappe. Sterling or Golovin? I would go Sterling, but I'd try to go both perhaps. Someone asked, how have you made so many changes? Because so many things changed, so I made changes. I had to. Because Mario Fernandes is playing right back instead of right wing back.
Stanford University.
What else? Çalhanoğlu or Bale? Let's say Dumfries got me 9 points and I subbed him off. Do I lose my 9 points completely? Yes, you'd lose all your 9 points completely. Predictions for the Russia game? I think 1 or 2-0 Russia. That's my prediction. Sterling or Olmo? I would go, unless you have, if you have 3 players from the no, I would go Sterling. Sterling over Olmo. Captain, Insigne. Insigne is my captain. It's kind of cut off. Can I change captain or not on Matchday 2? Yes, you can. You can keep changing captain. Why not Bale? Because Bale, I'm not sure if I back him to get returns against Turkey. I'm not sure. So I think I'd rather have Golovin over Bale, but I'm still not certain about it. It's really, really hard to decide. Why not Lukaku captain? Lukaku will be my captain if Insigne blanks. Otherwise, I'll keep Insigne as captain. How many points in Matchday 1? I had 85 points. 1.9k in the world. Every time you change your captain, yeah, you lose points. You lose the double points. Are you going to captain Golovin first? No, I'm captaining Insigne first. Kimpembe or Varane or Hernandez? Hernandez, because he has the most attacking threat. Bale or KDB? Bale. Golovin or Bale? Golovin. Why not Bruno? Because he plays a very good Germany team. Yeah. Good stuff. What else? Quick move head. Here you go. Sterling or Varane? I would go for Sterling, but there's a risk. Is Golovin playing right wing? Yeah, he could be. I'm not sure. Yeah, deadline is over. I think transfers are locked in. Everything is locked in. Why not captain Golovin first? Because the way captains work is you can only change them per day. You can't change it. You can't change it in between games. Sorry, I turned my air conditioning off because I'm quite cold right now. Sterling starts 100% surely. I think Sterling should start. But as someone said, if Sterling doesn't start or if he blanks, I have 3 great options on the bench that I can sub him off for. That's why I'm not that fussed about Sterling being a rotation risk. I've captained Zuba. Good call. Yeah, that's a great call. I can give you a secret. A certain very, very big football YouTuber, you can guess now in the comments which one. A certain one is also captaining him. One of the biggest English football YouTubers. Russia already dominating. Let me pull up the game. Is it on BBC? I'll pull it up on my computer. Do you guys want to watch some of it together? We can talk about it. Keep guessing. I'll tell you who's right. I'll shout out one of the people who guesses it right. Keep guessing. How did you have so much money? I used something called the Limitless chip, which is like a free hit but has unlimited transfer budget. Yeah, you want to watch it together a bit? Sure, let's do it. If you guys get bored and leave, I don't blame you. Keep guessing. Thogden, trust me, I got the tip from him. Yeah. Let's see. Let's keep going. Okay, I'll choose a random guy. So we've got Liam. Oh, you have a great name, Liam. Liam_Burke06. Kieran Brown. No. Fraser MC2. You get the shout out. You guessed it right. Thogden. So crazy story. I met Thogden at the gym 2 days ago and spoke to him about football. He was the nicest celebrity I've ever met. Spoke to me for 20 minutes about football. I told him about my TikTok that I made recently that's doing quite well. Spoke to him about fantasy. Said if you ever need help, you can write to me and I'll help you out with your team. So last night for like an hour and a half, I spoke to Thogden about our fantasy teams. So I know some of his teams. So I knew that he was going to captain Zuba. A man getting the gains, yeah. I had a medical condition that prevented me from working out for a few months, but now I'm back getting the gains, even though I'm not very big. Yeah, Thogden is a celebrity. Why are people laughing? He is. He's like 600k followers. Yeah, 20-minute talk in the gym. Yeah, I know. Poor guy. Take out 20 minutes of his day. Mine isn't working. I'm streaming the Finland-Russia game on the BBC website. Why Dumfries over Mario? Because Mario Fernandes is playing right back rather than right wing back. Team reveal. Here you go. Yeah, Thogden is a celebrity. Yeah, how nice of Thogden to speak to me for 20 minutes at the gym. He doesn't have to. He could have just said, "Oh, I'm in a rush. Like I have to go." And how old is Thogden? I think he's a year above me because he actually went to a school quite close to me. So I know he's a year above me. So if I'm 19, he's 20. Really, Finland goal. I'm behind because I'm streaming on my computer. Was his dad there? No, his friends were there, but not his dad. Okay, I'm happy I got rid of Mario Fernandes then in the last minute if they conceded a goal. I don't mind losing the 1 point for Golovin because that was a last minute change I made of getting rid of Mario Fernandes. And now this could mean that Russia bomb forward more, right? I think so. Yeah, good you took Fernandes out, thank God. People said, why did you take Fernandes out? Thank God. Liam, you look good for 19 years old. Thank you, mate. Please, you're making me blush. Earliest goal of the tournament so far. Oh, VAR check, offside. I'm so behind, guys. I still haven't even seen the goal the first time. Offside. Jeez. Crazy drama. Okay, so Fernandes is still good. Finland are pressing Russia very well. Like, very, very well. So here's the goal. Yeah, definitely offside. Definitely offside. Clean sheet incoming. Let's hope. Can I still sub out Fernandes if he does bad? Yeah, you can. As long as you have subs like I do, like Jordi Alba, Hernandez, Mbappe who play after him, then you can. Liam, Fernandes is playing as a wing back for Russia. They've changed the formation. Oh no. Do you think I'm going to regret taking him out? That would be rough. You should do watch-alongs. I might when I'm free. But I think people watch my content far more for FPL tips or Euro 2020 fantasy tips than just for a watch-along. That looked offside to me. Wait, did Finland score again? Tell me, because I'm still behind. Did Finland score again? What did you score for Matchday 1? I scored 85 points. I'm ranked 1.9k in the world, which is insane. I've never done that well. Okay, offside, 0-0. Why do you love fantasy so much? I think I've always liked football and football tactics, and I think I take it more seriously than most people. So fantasy kind of satisfies like that itch of looking deep into football analysis and tactics and statistics. Russia scored? Nah, I think you guys are lying to me. Russia nearly scored. Matchday 3 video? Yeah, I'll make videos before Matchday 3, don't worry. Let's see. Russia do look the more dominant side at the moment. Finland is sitting very deep. So I think backing Russians to do well against Finland is not a bad move. Golovin goal. Tell me you're lying to me. Are you lying to me? Please tell me you're... Let's go! Come on, boys! I believe you guys. Wait, what? I think you guys are lying to me. I don't believe you. Too good to be true. When it gets around 16, do you get more transfers? In the round of 16, yeah, you get unlimited transfers. No, you guys are lying to me. No way. You're terrible people. Terrible people. Awful. Hey, at least you guys got the entertainment of lying to me. Good stuff, boys. I love that Fernandez is playing as a winger. Yeah, he is bombing forward, isn't he? Oh. Yeah, does Golovin get clean sheet points as a midfielder? So a midfielder gets one point for a clean sheet. You seem so nice. Yeah, I'm nice on a live stream. I'm not always nice. Depends. Why not captain Golovin? Because I think Insigne is a better captain today. When do you usually go live? So my plan now is to go live 2 hours before the deadline, every week or every match day, both for Euro 2020 Fantasy and for FPL when the season starts. So that's when I'm going to be planning on going live. Where are you from? I'm from. I was born in London. I was raised here. Both my parents are from Israel, and I lived there between when I was 8 and when I was 13. And I've been playing at. I've been going to American schools since I was 8. So my accent is very mixed between British and American. Thank you for the support, guys. I appreciate it. Very nice of you. You think Golovin's playing left wing back? Really? Let's see. I need to pay closer attention because it's quite blurry in my stream. I'd have to watch it on TV. I support Arsenal. I have season tickets. Someone said they loved visiting Jerusalem. Yeah, look, Israel is a beautiful country with politically brainwashed population that supports the occupation and oppression of a whole other group of people. So, a goal. Are you guys trolling me again with a goal, or are you being serious? I can't tell. No, you're still trolling me. I'm not going to be happy until I see it with my own eyes. You guys might like to hear this. I have a season ticket for Arsenal. I actually sit right by the tunnel where the players go if they get injured or if they go to the bathroom. So I've had I used to be friends with Giroud because he'd go to the bathroom every game and he'd be on the bench. So whenever I'd high five him, he'd say, "Oh, you again," or he'd tell me how you doing after a while of not seeing me. So I was friendly with Giroud for a while. But yeah, my season tickets are in a very good place at the Emirates. Yeah, Mario Fernandez is playing. He is playing quite attacking, I think, but he's playing very wide. Best player you've met? Actually, I've met Christian Pulisic at a nightclub in London. That's probably the one I met the most. I'm not lying, by the way, about this. Next stream I'll have a picture ready to show you of my seats at Arsenal. Do you think Finland make it out the group? If Finland draw against Russia, then yeah, they'll make it out the group. I'll put it that way, but I don't think they'll make it out. Stop the Cap J caught right. Look, you guys think I'm lying, but I swear this is true. If you guys give me 2 minutes, at halftime I'll pull up the picture of me high-fiving. I think I have a picture on my Instagram of me high-fiving Chamberlain. Pulisic in a nightclub. Yeah, I went to one upper-class nightclub one time, and I met him, and he was he wasn't very friendly, put it that way, because Chelsea had lost the same day, so he wasn't very nice. Do you have any kits? Yeah, I have a lot. I have all the Arsenal kits going back to 2006, something like that. I have a lot, but they're all small on me other than the ones from the last 2 years. Oh my god, that was so close. Who's that number 7? That's Golovin assist, right, to number 7? Jeez. Yeah, I'm very far behind. Golovin red card. Nah, you're messing with me again. I don't believe you at all for anything. Wait, let me reload my stream because I'm way behind, I think. I'll refresh my stream. Guys, message me what minute you're in. I'm at 10:40 right now. Okay, so I'm 2 minutes behind. Golovin red. If I wanted to watch it live, I'd have to go downstairs to my TV, but I can't do that, so I have to watch it on my computer, which is a bit behind. Yeah, iPlayer is so behind, it's annoying. Yeah, very annoying. Should never play the game again. How can you sub on your Mbappe? It's pretty simple. I would just press him and sub. Off the post, Fernandes assist. Okay. I'll pay attention now, because something's coming up. Zuba off the post. Oh, wow. You guys want to hear another Jay Cartwright story that you won't believe? One time, I was at a restaurant in London, and Ariana Grande bought my dinner. It's a long story, but that's actually true. I didn't meet her, but she paid for my dinner. Oh, that is miles off. All plays coming from Fernandes' side. Yeah, maybe I should have kept him. Cap, yeah, Cap. I know. No, basically I went there with my cousin, who's a huge Ariana Grande fan, and she kept crying that she wanted to meet her, but Ariana Grande had basically she said that she doesn't have enough makeup on, she doesn't want the picture to go on social media, so she doesn't want to take a picture with my cousin, but she'll pay for our dinner instead. Yeah, someone said one time Obama kissed me on the cheek. Look, unless you think I'm a pathological liar, that's the most random thing to lie about, right? But you can call cap. I would show you the picture that my cousin took with her, but I don't want to post my cousin on social media. But yeah, you don't have to believe me. Again, next oh, I hit the post. That was close. At halftime, I'll show you guys the picture I took of her through like the private room wall. I'll show you guys that, see if you believe. One time Jeremy Clarkson tried to steal my cat. That reminds me of Luke Bennett, the guy who goes, "Get out." Oh, Jeremy Clarkson, what are you doing trying to steal my cat? Get out. That's a good idea. Yeah. Okay, at halftime, I'll draw over my cousin's face and I'll see if I can find the picture. You're so behind. Yeah, I know I'm so behind. If your story isn't cap, move your head. Here, I'll move my head. One time I walked into my kitchen and Mo Salah was washing my dishes. Yeah. Get out. Stop telling me if one more person says Golovin goal, I'm gonna ban you unless it's true. Yeah, thank you. Still 0-0. If you're capping, blink. Here, I'm capping. One time I ate Ariana Grande's hair with chopsticks. Yeah, the game's looking pretty good meanwhile, right? One time Jurgen Klopp was eating cheese dippers in my garage. Copy of Let's Talk FPL team. I haven't looked at Let's Talk FPL's team, but everyone in my live stream that saw it for the last 2 hours knows that I kept changing things in my team. And I kept explaining why I'm changing things, so I don't think it's possible for me to have copied someone. Golovin just scored a free kick, no joke. Again, you're definitely lying, I don't believe you. Yeah, thank you. One time Simon Cowell spat on my cat. Yeah, he didn't copy, showed us the way he was changing things. Yeah, you guys all saw my changes as they happened. And then my team last week apparently was similar to Let's Talk FPL's team, but I went back and checked and I posted my team a day before Let's Talk FPL's team because I posted my team quite early. So again, how's that possible? One time I met Klopp and he gave me one of his hugs. Oh, lucky guy, man. If that's true, you're lucky, but it's definitely not true. Messi skydived volley goal. How's he done that? 1-0 Finland. So he copied you. No, there's no way that Let's Talk FPL copied me because I don't know how old he is. He's over the age of 30. There's no way he's using TikTok. Have you seen match week 1 fixtures? Yeah. Everyone's going to have Salah captain, right? First week against Norwich. If you don't use your wildcard next week, does that mean you get 2 for the knockout stage? No, you only have 1. No, I didn't mean to violate Let's Talk FPL. I love Andy. I love his content. No, I didn't mean that. No. I'm not saying that he's old or anything. The guy has kids though. He's married. He must be over the age of 30. Where are you from? I'm from London. I live in London, but my parents are from Israel, and I go to uni in the US. I go to Yale, the university in the US, and I went to an American school in London, actually. So should you use your wildcard in game week 3? I don't think that you should use your wildcard in game week 3. I think you should save it for the quarterfinal. Are you watching Russia v Finland? Yeah, I am. Not really. I'm looking at the chat more than I'm watching. Israel's not real, Lamau. Look, yeah, I'm in Israel. I'm considered a traitor because of how pro-Palestine I am. So you don't have to convince me that something's wrong with the Israeli government. You met Thogden in the gym, but go to Yale. Yeah, because Yale is off for the summer, and I also took the gap semester for the second semester. So I'm living in London right now. I live in the same area as Thogden. I know because I know kids who went to the school that he went to. But I won't say what area for his privacy. But yeah, I did meet Thogden in the gym. This guy could buy all of our houses? No, trust me, I could not. I definitely could not. Do you do FPL content? Yeah, I do. Oh, that was close to Finland goal. All your stuff is so good, keep it up, thank you. Did you make predictions in the UEFA Games app? I think I did, but I don't know if I saved them. Liam is defo bougie. Maybe not. What do you study? I study political science and economics. Are you Jewish? Yeah, I'm Jewish. When is FPL starting up again? I'm not sure. They released the fixture list today, all the Premier League fixtures. I don't know when they're going to release the prices though. I don't know. Why do people always put Free Palestine under people who are Israeli like they're in the government? Yeah. Like, if you knew my opinions on Israel, which I won't say them now, but you would. I'm probably more pro-Palestine than most of you guys are. I refuse to go to the army. I do many pro-Palestinian things, but yeah, I am definitely against the Israeli government. So you don't need to convince me and say pro-Palestine, but I understand why people say pro-Palestine, because Palestinians are in a horrible situation. So I don't blame anyone for trying to support the Palestinians online, anywhere. So it's okay. I don't take it personally if people say Free Palestine when I say that I'm Jewish or my parents are from Israel. Oh, yeah, Mario Fernandez is looking very, very attacking. How many points did you get from Matchday 1? I got 85 points. Finished 1.9k. Who did you captain? I captained Lukaku. I had Insigne, and then I made a video about the odds, and I went for Lukaku, and I got lucky. He did better than Insigne. What year of study are you in? I finished my first year. I'm going to go into my second year. If you use the wildcard in Game Week 3, do you not get another one for round of 16? No, you don't. Ooh, Finland got very close there. Who's number 20 from Finland? Who is that? Name the one player going to add to your FPL team. It's Mo Salah. He's the first guy in my team because he plays Norwich in the first week. Me too. I study international relations and politics. Very nice. Why did he drop Bale? Because I thought Golovin would do arguably better than him. Golovin and Wijnaldum better than De Bruyne and Bale. Who is your goalkeeper? Number 20 is Pojan Palu. Okay. Jordan Pickford and Hugo Lloris. My keepers. Do you play FIFA? Yeah, I'm actually obscenely good at FIFA. Like, obscenely good. But I got very bored of FIFA 21 very quickly. But when I played it, again, you're going to call cap. I was like 2,100 skill rating in Ultimate Team, which is insane. But I didn't enjoy this FIFA at all. Last FIFA was quite bad. I was in Division 3, and I'd finished like Gold 1 in Foot Champs when I played. But I enjoyed it much more than I enjoyed this FIFA. This FIFA, I haven't, because I go to uni, I haven't had the time to have a full weekend league, so I couldn't even tell you. But again, you're probably going to call cap. Yeah, I called it. Look, I've been playing FIFA and PES since I was 4 years old. Like my uncle used to come and like play with me, let me win. So it makes sense that I'm decent at FIFA. Do you think Koke will provide points against Poland? I'm not sure. Why drop Bruno? Because I saw Germany, how well they defended against France, and Fernandez broken shoulder. Oh God. See, that I believe. I don't know if you can make that up. I believe you. When to use wildcard? Tell me if you agree with me, okay? I'll explain my wildcard argument while watching the game, and tell me if you agree with me. I think wildcarding in Matchday 3 could give you a tiny benefit of targeting a couple fixtures. But if you use that wildcard and you're done with it, since you support Palestine, are you basically saying you're fine to leave your home Israel for them? No, I won't get into Israel-Palestine. That's not what I'm saying. But basically, for wildcard, I would say I think that when I get to the knockout stages, I want to have 15 players for every round, and the only way I can make sure I have that is if I save my wildcard for the quarterfinal, because you only get 3 transfers between the. Oh, I saw that land. Oh, that is painful. So yeah, I want to have 15 players for every round. That's why I'm going to save my wildcard for the quarterfinal. Yeah, Fernandez. Oof. That looks awful. Are you from England, mate? Yeah, I'm technically from England. My only citizenship is English, but because my parents are from Israel and I went to an American high school in London and I used to live in Israel, I think that, and I study in the US, my personality is quite my personality, my background is very mixed. So I wouldn't say I'm completely English or British, but it's a combination. Why wouldn't you play 4-3-4? I'm not sure what you mean. My parents are from Haifa. Oh, nice. Very nice. My mom used to go to university there. What do you study at uni? I study political science and economics. Mario was injured going off. Yep, I saw that. That is very, very bad luck for anyone who had him. I'm so thankful I took him out in the last minute. But are you a Zionist? Not really, no. But it's a really, like, again, I study political science and economics in college, so to get into this would take a long time. So I'll just say that I'm much more pro-Palestinian than the average Israeli. In Israel, I'm considered a traitor, so you don't need to convince me about pro-Palestinian things, but I don't want to get into it. Do you get annoyed when people ask what country you're from? I mean, I get tired of it, but not annoyed, because my accent, it doesn't belong to any one country, so I understand why people ask. What international team do you support? England, for sure. 1 second. Let me reply quickly to a certain football YouTuber who I'm DMing. You guys can guess which one, and you'll probably call cap again. Yeah, you guessed right. Okay, so I got lucky with taking up Mario Fernandez. Very lucky. That could have not happened very quickly. Stop saying Golovin goal. I don't believe you. Stop. Is Zinchenko a good shout? Yeah, but too late now. Since you support Palestine, you're basically saying you're fine to leave your home Israel for them. Well, look, mate, I don't live in Israel. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna live there because I'd have to serve in the army. So yeah, leave me alone with the Palestine thing. I'm not annoyed though. No, don't worry. I'm really not annoyed. Believe me, it's okay. Golovin scored a bicey. Yeah, sure, mate. And I just saw like a pig flying outside my window. Do you think having Perisic in midfield with Pogba, Sterling, and Insigne is good? Yeah, it's good. I didn't personally back Perisic, but yeah, let's stick to football, guys. Ask me any football question. I love talking about football, and it's interesting to everyone. Why did Mario get injured? Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, guys, if you had him. Get Thogden on stream. Look, Thogden has better things to do than to go on my stream, but maybe one day. Who's the best captain for Matchday 2? Best captain, I think. Well, you remember you have 4 captains, but I think it's. Oh, wait, Finland chance. Well defended. Best captain for Matchday 2. In general, I think it's Harry Kane, but it's Insigne, Lukaku, Kane, and Mbappe. Out of Kane, Immobile, Lukaku, and Mbappe, mate, it's too late. The deadline is over. Can you explain the reasoning behind putting Sterling? My reasoning for Sterling is that I think other than Kane and Mount, he's the most likely England attacker to start, because clearly Southgate showed that he's very loyal to Kane, and Kane scored. I don't think Sterling will start. Maybe not. If Sterling doesn't start, then I can bring on one of my bench for him, so I don't mind. Mario Fernandes went off injured, so am I able to sub him off? Yeah, you can sub him off, but you can't transfer him out. Don't think Kane will score against Scotland, to be honest. Ooh, yeah. According to the bookies, he's the favourite to score at any time this game week. So maybe not, but I think, according to the odds, he's the most likely to score this week. Have you used wildcard? No, I haven't. Are you from the future? No, I'm not from the future. Why are you asking that? Yeah, too much of a grudge match. I agree. That's something you can't quantify with numbers. It's like how with Arsenal v Tottenham or any derby, even Man United when they used to play Liverpool, when Liverpool weren't doing very well, it wouldn't matter how well the rival team is doing, because on the day when two rivals play each other, it comes down to, oh wait, Zuba back post. Oh, that should have been a goal. It comes down to who wants it more on the day, but still I think England's quality is so much better than Scotland's. Again, not that I don't participate in the whole England-Scotland rivalry, I don't have anything against Scotland. I just think that football-wise, England are much better. I did use Limitless, yeah. Zuba could have had 15 points already, yeah. How come you have Insigne captain, not Lukaku? Because Insigne plays before Lukaku. How do you have 85 points? I got very lucky and I chose a good team. That's basically my explanation for you. Oh, Golovin! Who's that with a free header? That's the centre-back, right? Do you see that cross in with a centre-back? He missed a free header. You think Pavard is ready for the Hungary match? I'm not sure. I haven't checked. FPL Liam over FPL graduates? No. Look, first of all, I'll say that FPL graduates make some of the most creative content on TikTok. We make very different content as well. They make funny videos, engaging videos about fantasy. I just give you guys advice and and facts and statistics and probabilities. I don't give you all those like reactions that they do so well. So if I was someone who was watching people on TikTok, I'd rather watch FPL graduates. So I'll leave it like that. Can you have different captains the same round? Yeah, you can. You can have a different captain for every day. I'm in 30-50 right now. That's where I am in the game. OMG, bro, you're so lucky taking out Mario Fernandez. Yeah, no, I definitely got lucky with that. I also got lucky last week. I don't know if you guys remember, but at some point I had Eriksen in my team. And first of all, when I saw what happened to Eriksen, fantasy was the last thing I thought about. But, and by the way, the whole time it happened, I didn't even think about the fact that he used to play for Tottenham. But I guess that was also luck, the fact that I had taken him out right before the deadline as well. Yeah, you're 2 minutes behind, I know. You should make an Insta dedicated to fantasy. Maybe, yeah, I might do that. But I think I'd focus more on... I'm focusing on TikTok a lot now, focusing on growing my YouTube channel so I can also do deadline streams there where anyone who wants to have me see their team and guarantee that I see it can send me a super chat as well. I think that would help. Bruno Fernandes died. I'm going to ban you for saying that. I'm sorry. I don't like that. I don't think it's a good joke or anything. Especially after what happened to Eriksen. I don't think it's anything to joke about. I'm not gonna lie. Stop lying to me about Golovin. I'm not having that. Oh god, guys, if FPL name takes someone out, they will get injured. Oh, you're giving me... It's like the Ramsey curse. Liam over Let's Talk FPL. Nah, Let's Talk FPL is goated. When I was in at Yale and I was very sick, I had COVID. I watched Let's Talk FPL like every day. So I have so much respect for him. He helped me a lot when I was sick and like in my room quarantined. So I like Let's Talk FPL a lot. I don't know FPL.help on Instagram. That's not anything bad about him. I just haven't looked at FPL people on Instagram too much. Is that the deadline done? Yeah, it's done. Because once the first game starts, the deadline is over. That was a rough challenge on Kamara. If you guys have any questions about Arsenal, Premier League opinions, Messi, Ronaldo, anything like that, I'm happy to answer. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? I'm 19. Kane is a bad choice, by the way. Maybe not. Let's see. Kane is the bookie's favorite to get a goal, and he can also get an assist on any given day. How different was your team before Limitless? Very different. You can go back and check. I'm not gonna check now, but basically I had Depay and Ronaldo instead of Kane and Mbappe. I didn't have Sterling. I didn't have Wijnaldum. My midfield was all different except for Insigne, and my defense was all different except for Spinazzola. Same with keepers, all different. Can you give tips about Premier League fantasy? I never do well. Yeah, so before the next season starts, I'm going to be making FPL content and I'll give you tips throughout the season. Do you go to college in the US? Yeah, I do. I go to Yale in the US. Messi or Ronaldo? I think Messi. I used to be a huge Ronaldo fan back when I used to play football. But now I can see that Messi was always much better than him. One second, my friends keep calling me because I meant to be going out with them. One second. Who got an injury? Golovin injury? No way. Evan Moran, you're getting banned as well. I'm not even going to say what he said, but he said what the guy with Bruno said about a different player, so I'm not having that. Oh, collision at back post, not Golovin. Okay. Who do you support? I support Arsenal. Oh. What's your highest ever finish in FPL? I'm not going to lie, my first time ever playing FPL was last year, but I did proper research starting in game week 10. So in game week 10 I was ranked 500k in the world, 500k, and then I started doing proper research and I finished 38k. Oh. Who gave that through ball? Who gave the through ball to number 4? Kuzayev? Who's your subs? Here, I'll get out the way. What do you mean by proper research? So what I do is, for FPL, there's a website called Understat that can show you the XG for every player and every team, and shots in the box, all the important stats, and I aggregate that to decide who I want to bring in, basically. Don't ban me, but if Ericsson did die, how badly do you think it would have affected the football teams? It's impossible to know. I think it's complete conjecture. I think Denmark would probably withdraw from the competition. It would have been awful. Like, I don't even want to think about that. Now that the teams are locked in, is there someone you wish you had picked? I think the player who I'm worried about, two actually, Bale and De Bruyne. Those are the two I'm the most worried about, to be honest. What's the app you use for research? For FPL, I use Understat, but they don't have stats for the national teams. So for the national teams, I use FBref. I got Fernandez because of you, FFS. Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. Like, it's bad luck. Like, he could have also done brilliantly. If you watched the game, he was bombing forward. I took him out in the last minute because I thought he was going to be a right back. But yeah, everyone is saying like he looked very good. So I stand by my decision of recommending him, even if they ended up switching to a different formation. I'm worried about De Bruyne. Dropped him late for Sterling. Yeah, I dropped De Bruyne late as well. What do you check to see the odds on Kane? I'll actually make a video about this, but I look at a website called Odds Checker, which accumulates all the odds for the different bookies, the different gambling companies, essentially. And then there's a calculation you can make to get the probability through the odds. So, like, for example, a player who's 3-1 to get a goal has a 1 in 4 chance, so 25% chance of getting a goal. Oh, that was a poor touch from number 8 from Finland. You didn't get Fernandez after saying you would, fraud. Look, in the last, after seeing the Russia's lineup, I saw he was going to play right back instead of right wing back, so I dropped him. You're not meant to copy my team, so I don't think it's that big of an issue. Thogden copied your team on his live last night. No, he didn't. He didn't. Don't worry. We worked together. We spoke about what we're going to do for our teams before he did his live, so he didn't copy my team. Don't worry. How do subs work? So basically, after a player has played, so for example now, let's say Golovin gets 0 points or 2 points, and before, let's say Mbappe, who's my first sub, before he plays, I can sub out Golovin and sub on Mbappe. I'd get 0 points for Golovin, and I'd have whatever points Mbappe gets. Aaron McKay did copy my team. Look, I don't think anyone copied my team. So many people have similar teams because all the teams are similar. Does Thogden have a Euro 2020 league? Yeah, he does. I think it's He posted it on his watch-alongs. He has his team, his Euro 2020 Fantasy League code. I'm actually, let me show you. He has over 30k people in it, and I'm ranked something like 27 or something like that in his league, which is ridiculous. Who do you like Arsenal to sign this summer? For me, the dream 2 signings are Jack Grealish and Bissouma. Realistically, I think Bissouma is the only one of those two we probably could get. Only the first week, you muppet, you won't win it. I know, you don't need to call me a muppet. I know that the first week doesn't mean much, but what I will say is it means far more than it does in FPL, because it's 1/7 of the whole league. So it's like if in FPL after 5 games you were still had a really high rank, that would mean something. Liam, what would you do if you got number 1 in the world? There's no way that I'll get number 1 in the world, so I don't know. Is there even a prize for getting number 1 in Euro 2020 Fantasy? I have no idea. Bissouma realistic for Arsenal, haha, you're funny. Look, I'm not saying that it's an easy signing, but Arsenal, despite how awful we're doing, we have money. Not Man City or Chelsea money, but the reason we signed Partey, for example, is because we offered him 200k a week. That's why. How's Bissouma realistic if you can't even get Buendia over Aston Villa? Look, missing out on one player to Aston Villa doesn't mean that we can't outbid every other team for a different player. If you look at like Wijnaldum, right? He didn't sign for PSG over Barcelona for sporting reasons. He signed for them because they paid more than every other team would pay. It's the same reason that Aubameyang signed the contract with Arsenal, not because he believes in Arsenal. He signed it because we offered him the most money. So if we offer Bissouma the most money, then I think we can do well. People saying that Arsenal don't have money, it's not that we don't have money, it's that we have too many players who don't perform, who we're paying a lot of money to. So for example, if we get rid of Xhaka and and we get Ceballos off the wage bill, so we have Ceballos off the wage bill, we get a couple more players off the wage bill, Joe Willock, a couple of them, we sell Joe Willock for 30 million, 25 million. That gets us enough money to sign at least someone like Bissouma. I'm not saying we will, but I think we can. Also, this is kind of to do with finance, but interest rates right now are historically low. So we can, I'm watching the Finland match. So we can take on debt right now in a healthy way, so I wouldn't be surprised. So Villa outpaid Arsenal and you think they can spend a big club for Bissouma. Well, I don't understand this logic, because what if Arsenal just decided that Buendia wasn't worth more than the 30 million or 35 million that Aston Villa paid him? Like, what if Arsenal made a decision that he's not worth the money? We shouldn't just sign players and outbid other teams. We should be careful with who we're paying for. That's what I think anyway. So I don't think that's that bad of an indication. Obviously, it's not nice to think that a player chose Aston Villa over Arsenal, but I don't think it necessarily means that we're in an awful situation for this summer. And for everyone saying Kroenke out, I agree. I wish Kroenke left as well. I wish he sold us, no doubt. Arsenal's first fixture is against Brentford, I'm pretty sure. I'm kind of watching Finland, but not properly. I have it on, but I'm mostly talking to the chat. Willock 30 million? Again, I don't know. Could be 20 million, could be 30. I don't back Willock that much, but some people believe in him. I hope we can get 20 or 30 million for him, get that England premium. Look, if we sold Iwobi for 40 million to Everton, then why can't we sell Willock for 30? Brentford going to be good. Yeah, I love Brentford's model of recruiting players based on XG. Have you seen Chelsea fixture list? Yeah, very hard, right? They play, I think, Arsenal, Liverpool and Tottenham away in their first 5 games. Who do you think we will sign? I'm not sure. I have no idea. It depends on how much money they have. So, you heard about Neves and Ben White. I think we could sign based on that. I think we're going to sign an 8, a 10, and a backup left back and a central defender. I think that's who we will end up signing. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. Who scored? Moranchuk. Who assisted it? I'm paying close attention. Zuba assist. Good. So I told someone had Moreno. I told him to take out Moreno and bring in the striker who got the goal. Will Trent go on your FPL team? Probably, yeah. So whoever I told to get Moranchik over Gerard Moreno is probably very happy right now, probably buzzing. Dube assist, I told you what a captain choice. Yeah, fair enough. Look, if he outperforms Kane, Lukaku and Mbappe, then he was a great choice. I think the goal's coming up now. Let's see if I'm right. What a finish. I haven't seen it yet. I'm just reading out the chat. As a Liverpool fan, do you think we have any chance of getting Mbappe? I think so. Yeah, you're about 5 years behind. I know, I'm so far behind. I'm on the BBC iPlayer because I can't watch on my TV because it's downstairs. Illegal streaming your court? No, I'm watching on the BBC iPlayer. It's completely legal. If you live in the UK, you can watch the BBC online for free on their website. Liverpool with Mbappe. If Mbappe chooses to sign for Liverpool, oh, what a finish! What a goal! That is quality. Yeah. Basically, Mbappe has 1 year left on his contract, so it actually is realistic for Liverpool to sign him. But let's see. You change your team since your vid. Yeah, I take out Mario Fernandes. As an LFC fan, I was told Mbappe doesn't want to come here. So if Mbappe doesn't want to come, then you can't sign him, right? I can see Mbappe going to Real Madrid if they sort out their financial situation, or to Liverpool. Will Sancho go to the Reds? It seems inevitable, doesn't it, that Sancho will sign for United, but it all depends on whether the management at United are willing to splash out 80 or 90 mil for him. Would be a signing for decades worth the price. Mbappe and Sancho are both worth the price, in my opinion. Oh, Golovin nearly with assist. Yeah, he's nearly had 2 assists. I haven't seen the assist yet. Why did you take out Fernandes? Because I saw their team sheet and they're playing 4 at the back instead of 5. Zuba is so stiff. Yeah, but his positioning and his heading make him so dangerous. No, hey, I'll show you my subs while I'm watching the last few minutes of the game. Bye, a millionaire. I miss you. A millionaire is my friend from uni. Mbappe said the weather is terrible in England, so I'm guessing he doesn't want to come here. Yeah, it depends. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Why do you have Yarmolenko? He's Bookie's favourite to get a goal out of all the midfielders. If Russia keep a clean sheet, will Fernandes get it? No, you have to play 60 minutes to get clean sheet points. The French boys, are going to sub them on? Yeah, I'll sub them on if my player's blank. That's my plan right now. You said to have De Bruyne, now you got rid of him. Yeah, because new information comes out. So I found out that both Hazard and De Bruyne are going to be starting on the bench for Belgium. So why would I keep my team the way that it used to be? Of course I'm going to change it. When did you choose to change Fernandes? 10 minutes before the deadline, when I realized that Fernandes was playing right back instead of right wing back. Can you do subs after every game, or is it only match day? After every... Oh, should have been a better header from Zuba, yeah. You can do subs after every match day, not after every game. Liverpool transfer wish list: Mbappe, Rafinha, Aouar, Renato Sanchez. Yeah, all of them would be great for Liverpool. But do you see Rafinha and Salah playing together for Liverpool? I'm not sure. Personally, I think Rafinha fits United more than he does Liverpool. If United can't get Sancho, I think they would have to go all out for Rafinha. Will De Bruyne play? He could come off the bench, but I don't think he's going to start, if that helps. I think he might play 45 or 30 minutes. If Kane and Lukaku get like 7 or 9 points, you sub on Mbappe or just keep him there? Well, if you see my team, I can also bring on Mbappe for one of my midfielders if they blank. So it's not about if Kane and Lukaku blank. I can also bring him on for one of my midfielders, and my midfielders aren't that good, so I don't think it's out of the realms of my imagination for one of them to blank. Like Golovan's already gone half a game and hasn't gotten a return yet. Would you sub someone on for someone who got 3 points? I would wait until I had to make the sub. Like, I'd wait for everyone else to play and then I'd decide if I should sub him. And because, like, for example, all my subs play on the last day of football, so I would only make my subs the night before they play. I wouldn't do it before. What will you do if Golovin blanks? I'll wait until the last day of until the 19th and decide if he is the lowest points out of my all outfield players, and I'd put him in. You didn't like the look of Pogba or Modric. Both could have big games. My issue with them is they play 8. They don't play 10. So they're not, even though they're very crucial for their teams. Arguably, Modric was Croatia's best player against England. Pogba was probably France's best player against Germany. They still both not never looked, but they don't look that likely to get a goal contribution. Where are you from, mate? I'm from London. Went to an American high school, go to an American college. My parents are from Israel. Yeah, Pogba man of the match. But you don't get man of the match points for Euro Fantasy. Golovin will bank, guys. Mate, it's only half the game. You never know. And Golovin, as it stands, is going to get 3 points, which isn't bad, considering if he got an assist and only played 50 minutes, or an assist and didn't keep a clean sheet, he'd get 4 or 5 points. So it's not that bad. How come you moved to America? I went to a high school in an American high school in London. I never moved to America, but then everyone in my high school applied to American unis, and I taught American unis. So I saw the college I'm going to now. I go to Yale. I saw it and I thought it was beautiful. Whatever, I fell in love with it. Everything there's, in my opinion, better than the way it is in British universities. So I decided to go there, and it's yeah. Zinchenko for Limitless versus Macedonia. Yeah, good shout. I don't have him, but he's a great option. Finland scored in the 59th minute. What a goal by Pukki. Sterling might not start, mate. He might not, but he might. So you never know. What do you study? Political science and economics. No. Actually, if you hear about someone who's studying one of the top American universities, it doesn't mean they're rich. What they do is they accept you regardless of your socioeconomic status, and then if you can't afford to pay the tuition, then they'll pay whatever you need in order to pay your tuition. So people saying that like only rich people can study in the US or in the top universities, then it's not true. If you can't afford to pay your tuition, then they will help you out. So right now my parents live in London, so I'm in London right now, but I do live but during the academic year, I do live in America, yeah. In New Haven, which is like an hour away from New York. What, you put Golovin in? Yeah, I put Golovin in. Help you out, but you're still 200k in debt. No, you're not. So they don't want you to take on debt to study in their uni. So if, for example, your family makes around $60k dollars a year, then they'll pay for your whole tuition. So my family, I'm fortunate enough to pay some of my tuition, but for many people who can't afford at all to pay for their tuition, the college pays for the entirety of their tuition. It's called a need blind admission, and they pay everything that you need essentially, so they don't want you to take on debt. If you look it up, you can see that what I'm saying is true. Why are people always 200k in debt? Because those people, they go to unis who aren't like the top 10 or top 15, and the top 10 or top 15 have such a big endowment, so many people donate money to them that they can afford to pay for anyone who needs the money. Do you watch a lot of football? Yeah, I watch a decent amount of football. You must be very smart to be in Yale. Not really, I just worked quite hard in high school. I knew how to work as well. I did the right things as well, because in the US they care about what you do outside of uni as well, so I did the right things in high school to get in. You're almost at 10k. How many followers do I have? I'd have to stop my stream, I think, to check. Do you watch any other sports, NBA or so? If you do, favorite team? No, I don't. I only watch football. Mate, I hate my life. First Ericsson and now Mario Fernandez in my squad. Hope they get better though. Yeah. Look, sometimes you get bad luck in life, especially in fantasy football. What did you get in A-levels GCSE? I went to an American high school, so I took I got an American high school degree essentially. So I didn't take A-levels and GCSEs. You're on 9.9k? Jeez, nah, I think someone said 9.6k. How do you advise I work effectively? Let me think of how I'd advise you. I think the most important thing is to know what you don't like, what you're not good at before any test you have, for example. So don't keep practicing problems that you know how to do. Be honest with yourself. Do like a practice test or practice exam and see what you keep not doing well on, and only study that. The other thing is, learning how to write essays properly is also very helpful. So that was something that helped me. I had teachers who taught me how to write proper essays, and that helped me a lot. And then it's also just a matter of time. So I spent something called the SAT, which is the test you take to see how ready you are for college, essentially, and that matters a lot for American unis. So I actually studied a lot for that, like dozens of hours. I'm studying for an exam right now, watching your stream. I guess this isn't effective studying. Yeah, exactly. Come on, Golovin. Yeah, come on, Golovin. Let's hope for the best. Are you going to be live for all the games? No, I was only live today because of the deadline. I don't think I'm going to go live for every game. I also do need to go soon, so I think I might log off right when the second half starts. Before that, is anyone still here from the people who I told about my seats at the Emirates or about Ariana Grande? Let me see if I can find pictures of both. Do you guys want to see that? Yeah, okay, 1 second. Let me go and check quickly. No. Here, wait, I'm bad, guys. I'm back. Ready? So here's me high-fiving Chamberlain by the tunnel at the Emirates. Do you all see that? Yeah, that's Chamberlain back at Arsenal a few years ago. And then that's Giroud as well. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, of course it's blurry because it was in the moment while he was moving. It would take me too long to find the Ariana Grande picture, but I'll try finding it for you guys. For next stream, I'll show it to you guys. What happened with Arnautovic? Apparently, he used a derogatory term to Zinchenko. You should record school fights with that skills. Yeah, I know. But mate, imagine like Giroud is jogging onto the pitch and I'm holding my phone with my left hand or trying to high five him with my right hand. And I was very short back then. The Ariana Grande's cap, it's really not. You'll see. When I show you the picture, you'll believe me. Trust me. I thought someone actually asked an interesting question though, I think. What happened with Arnautovic? Yeah. So I don't know if this is true, but from what I read, he scored and started screaming at what's his name? Alioski, the Leeds left back. And so Arnautovic's dad is Serbian, and Alioski is originally Albanian. And so Serbians and Albanians have an ethnic conflict that dates back for many years. And Arnautovic used a derogatory term against Albanians that's, I think from what I've read, it's almost as bad as the N-word, or as bad as the N-word. So I think that's why he got banned, for being really offensive. Because I think just telling someone to F off after scoring or something, I don't think you get banned for that. I think it must have been something racial. Why was he so mad? I bet Alioski is quite good at like getting under people's skin, so he must have been swearing at him or something, like something to piss him off. He also said something about his mother. Yes, he said like F your Albanian mother, but the word he used for Albanian is a very offensive and derogatory term instead of just saying Albanian. If Golovin only gets 3 points, will you sub him out? So I have until the last day to decide who I'm going to sub out. I brought in Miranchuk instead of Golovin, feel like a genius. Yeah, it could be a genius move, but remember, you brought Miranchuk in instead of one of the 3 strikers, so instead of Mbappe, Kane, or Lukaku. So it could work out, but if one of them does better, then maybe it won't work out, you know? How old are you? I'm 19. What was the other thing I wanted to find for you guys? I forgot. Do you guys want me to... Do you play much football? I used to play much more, but I had a lot of injuries, so I quit a while ago. I used to be very serious about being professional. Bro's still streaming. Yeah, I'm watching the game, so I might as well. Might as well be streaming it. Any good defenders you would recommend? The ones I have, but it's too late now to transfer, so... Did you get a pick with Pulisic? No. So, I'll tell you the Pulisic story. So, my friend went to the bathroom, saw him walking out. So we spent half an hour looking for him. Eventually, we found him in like the VIP section. I walked up to him, tried high-fiving him. And then instead of high-fiving me and like smiling, saying hi or something, his hand went limp because I think when he high-fived me, he thought I was like his friend or something. And then he realized I was like a random guy who just wants to like say hi to him because he's Pulisic. And Chelsea had lost that day. So he was quite angry. He was like miserable and like had like a flat face. So I felt really bad and just like walked away. I felt like a prick for like a day after that. But then I realized like he's kind of being a prick because he could just be nice to fans of his, even though. Is there much fun nightlife at Yale? Like it's seen as a very serious place. Yeah, the nightlife is very fun. It's like in every American college, pretty much you have a good nightlife. Pulisic's so salty. Yeah, he's salty. But again, like I respect people's like private lives and space. Like he doesn't have to be nice. Like Thogden was. When I met Thogden, he was very, very nice. What do you think about Isak? Isak is class. When I saw him against Spain, he looked very good. I need to watch him more, but from what I've seen, he looks very good. Yes, Callum, I do. I go to Yale. In USA, yeah, in USA. But I'm in London now because the academic year is over. Can you check your request on Insta, please? My @ is West Ham News FC. I'll try finding your message. 1 second. West Ham News. I'll look for it after my stream ends because I can't find it. Please, can you move your head? Yeah. Is Pavard fit? I'm not sure. Let me check what the Pavard injury news is. Oh, apparently he's concussed apparently, so I'm not sure. I think he might not play. I wouldn't risk it. That's why I went for Lucas Hernandez. And he's also more attacking. Is De Bruyne fit for tomorrow? I think he's fit to be on the bench, but not to start, from what I've read. Man's got Sterling against Scotland. Nah, let's see. Let's see how he does. There aren't many better midfielders than him. I'm not saying he's a great option, but what other midfielders are there? Golovin looks dangerous. Yeah, he does, but let's see. Let's see. Weghorst or Depay? I mean, Depay is a better option. It depends on how much money you have, though. Golovin should have had 2 assists. Yep, I agree. Who's your subs? Jeez, yeah, my subs are good. Did you hear about Arnautovic 1 game ban? I did. When do you think he'll play a wild card? In the quarterfinal, I think. I don't know how you guys know that Sterling isn't starting because of squad rotation. He could not. Let's see what happens. Scotland looked really good. I'm not sure they looked that good when I watched. I'm not sure. They didn't look that good to me when I watched them. What else was I going to say? Oh, I wanted to see if I could find you guys a picture. The Ariana Grande picture. If you give me 3 minutes, I'll try finding... I won't find the picture of my cousin with her because that one I never saved to my phone. I'll get that for next week for you guys. But what I will get for you guys is a picture. I'll try finding the picture that I took between the dividers, basically, for her private room. Let me know if you want me to find that. If you say you want me to find it, then I'll find it. Otherwise, I'll stay on and keep talking to you guys until the second half starts. How the F does that team have 85 points? That isn't my team. This is my Limitless team. From last week, I had a different team that got 85 points. Don't know if that helps. 1 second, let me get a phone charger. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Give me 2 minutes. I'll look for the Ariana Grande picture to show you guys. Do you do sports betting? No. Okay, I'm back, boys. Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. So you can see here, I took the picture it's a sushi restaurant in London. I won't say which one, but a sushi restaurant. I was sitting like behind the corner of the table that she was in. I'll show you. I'll prepare the picture with my cousin where you can see it's definitely her later. And basically she paid. Yeah, it's very hard to see. I told you, you have to see the picture with my cousin, and I'll blur my cousin's face before tomorrow. But while I was looking for that, I found another cool picture. Here's me with Michael Carrick. Don't know if you guys care about that. That could be a random girl. Yeah, it could be. But believe me, it's her. Why would I lie about that most random thing? How you meet so many people? Good luck. I didn't ask. Yeah, you didn't ask. I know. No one asked to see me and Carrick. I also I was gonna show you guys. I have pictures with like all the AFTV boys, like with the DT and all of them. Have you met Paul Scholes? No, I haven't. Oh, my YouTube messed up. Yeah, I'll stop it. I'll stop my stream on YouTube anyway. I don't need it to keep going. I think. 1 second, because I can't give advice anymore. Let me end my stream. Yeah. End.